only 35 minutes late.
Yeah.
Welcome to Biscuit Tin RPG, everyone. Apologies on the delayed start. We got into a bit of a tangent, which we will not start repeating right now. Just a heads up before we get started, be sure to join us next Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time as we begin Red to Black. We're inviting back previous players from the Red Opera to reprise their roles as their Red Opera characters and bringing them, after they've died, to the Sunless Crossing to start our Black Ballad campaign. So if you're interested in finding out what happens after your party dies, follow us here at Biscuit Tin RPG and get a first look at how you can combine these two campaigns together. But without further ado, I guess, yeah. Mike, take it away.
Thanks, Sean. Yep, definitely looking forward to that. Checking out back Black Belt and see a party that I was formerly with combined with the new party, the recent party. So definitely looking forward to that next Friday. So I hope to see some of you guys there. But let's go ahead and jump right back to the City of Illumination, returning back to the world of Anzoria, where we find our sand swimmers have just saved a dwarf cleric and are on their way back to meet up with Nirvana. But first, let's go ahead and talk about what happened last week. Heading back south from Blue Crack, Ox inquired more with this Jace, the Imperial fellow, and asked not only some personal questions, but in regards, not only some personal questions, but questions in regards to his brand. Learning that he hailed from not just the Empire, but also was a feared and yet respected Imperial Magi Foundation scholar, Ox hoped he could help him finally free himself from the chains that bound him to this world. Unfortunately, Jace was not adept at such magic and was curious but however was curious of Ox's own past and his troubles. Jace appeared to be not only a skilled mage, but one that seeked wanderlust and stories. Corlox finally was able to thank the party and Tav and was set on learning about this other bearer of the supernal clarity, for rarely anyone else wrote about such experiences. Corlox discerned that the book held no significance to herself. However, maybe it would lend something else to Tav, as she was the new bearer of this instrument of supremacy. Keen on learning about this Triton woman and her adventures, she delved into the memoirs, hoping to unlock more potential from her blade. Below deck, Biz interrogated the now known former Federation admiral named Jared about what was going on in his correspondence with Commander Imesh. Jared revealed the Freeborns were indeed losing this war, and that he and many of the Freeborn leaders had no inkling or knowledge as to why Yalkate was amassing captured folk. Worse yet, even Commander Imesh, who commanded the overall defenses of the Torn Atolls, had no idea as well, and she was the former quartermaster of Yolkate's crew back in the day. Knowing that Nysarelia was simply using the Freeborns at this point and was looking to escape, Ox felt some pity on the man and offered to Biz that Jared could redeem himself if they allowed him to leave and spread misinformation in the hopes that the Freeborns would officially that the Freeborns officially capitulating from the rebellion would be wow, that was terrible writing. That the Freeborns would eventually capitulate from the rebellion as a whole. Biz was not seeking redemption for a traitor, however, as he was more curious as the sudden Hibiscorpus involvement. For now, the party had learned that the Hibiscorp was making their move and most likely trying to impede them and weaken them as much as possible before their final confrontation. With Lycans and demons now running amok on both Zehe and Akhaug Islands, it was still a trudge to get to Prunus and the City of Illumination. Ox still persisted that they bring this up with Commodore Nurbanu, and even Biz was surprised when he eventually sent a sending spell to her that Nurbanu would consider the plan. Heading out to the jungle, they moved to rescue the dwarf woman and return north to continue their search for this hidden grotto. Taking Kiris, Narzan, Vosu, and Gassan, both Ox and Biz eventually caught up with the simulacrum of Biz, the other Biz, and moved on to this Rip Gasman's dark ritual. Finding normal bandits and the young Jubilee next to a table, next to a dark ritual table. Ox would break cover and rush the hobgoblin woman before she could complete the ritual and freeing the dwarf from her bindings in the process. Rib Gasman and her crew seemed on edge throughout the entire ordeal and freaked out as the halting of their trial and were now dreading an unknown consequence enacted by the Sandswimmers. From the dark jungle, a slender man-type creature with razor-sharp claws eviscerated Biz's face, leaving him incapable of using his own magic. This completely evil entity was truly a killing savant and set its sights on Cyrus. Ox not only engaged Rip Gasman, but soon Rip Gasman's new patron revealed himself to be another Rakshasa, like Prundus, along with a Bodak-like fiendish creature. Managing to clear the camp of the grunts, the party focused their efforts on the new demons, but Cyrus would not survive the encounter with the fiendish creature that had assailed both Bizzes. Thankfully, Biz number two would use Wish to erase the murderous creature from existence and eventually would slay the Rakshasa named Gormand and Gasman. Jubilee, thankfully, thankful for her saviors, were impressed by them and well, that was a terrible sentence, guys. Sorry. Jubilee, thankful for her saviors, impressed them with her strong affinity to Magier, the goddess of healing, and resurrected Cyrus using her little collection of diamonds, and healing Biz of his own condition, curing his blindness. Afterwards, they teleported back directly that same night to the Two Ocean Two Walker and began to head north to meet with their Banu and eventually reunite with Nobel back at Blue Crack. So that's where we find ourselves. It is currently midnight. Yes, midnight of Otanu, the 33rd of Blossom Crown, 334th Imperial Cycle, Age of the Phoenix. It is a calm night as George is now turning the ship around and heading north. Jubilee has made her way already downstairs, escorted by Corlox and Vosu and Lorenza. What about the rest of you? Or what about you two? Tav, you're probably still reading in depthly into the memoirs of the train woman. But Biznux, is there anything you guys want to do before taking a long rest, or what did you guys want to do?
Um, I don't. I think Ox is pretty tapped for today. He's had to. His social battery's kind of at zero after having to convince everyone to be decent. Yeah, I said
Sure.
that.
Uh, Bismuth is gonna go find Tav. Uh, if- Tav, Tavenar, could you, in the battle you just finished, my simulacrum has faced some damage. Is it possible you could repair him?
Yeah, let me just mark my place in this book here. And let's see here. Yeah, I do have mending, so I can touch him up a little bit. See if I can fix the battle damage that he took. What happened to you guys?
From the other end of the
Well, it was just there's Whip Gasman who was there doing some ritual, and there's a bunch of dead bodies. And at first we are just kind of clearing them out, and then something about us stopping it or messing with them had summoned the anger of some demon creature. Long, like tall, pale, no eyes, big mouth. Uh Ripped out my eyes and killed Curious. Uh though I got rid of it by having my simulacrum wish him away, but it was a big problem. And I'm not sure what it was, being honest with you.
Yeah, I am glad I wasn't there. I'm just gonna say that.
It
I'm
would have been
glad
a
you.
help though. Yeah. You are helpful. You're very strong.
Yeah, but I don't want to die. I'm
Okay.
glad that
Well,
Chaos is back at least. I saw him earlier, so and
Amazing.
and your eyes are back, I see also. So
yes, the cleric woman we saved helped us out there.
that's great. Do you know if there are any more of those creatures out there?
I mean, probably. It felt like
Oh,
it felt sort of like a thing where there's probably more than one of them existing in the world. I just don't know what it was in general. So it just felt like sort of thing there's either summoning or like doing a ritual to keep away or under control and we messed with that, and then they lost it.
I would say it's to get rid of it. It was to get rid of it. Get rid of it or control it. But we'll never know. But still, you saved some people. That's great. Still mending.
I applaud your efforts at being, I don't know, people.
I'm trying. I'm very into this book right now. I'm learning a lot about whatever her face is. The siren.
Her name, I didn't put her name in the book, but her name is Aurelia.
Aurelia.
Godolina will step down or step close to where the conversation is, and she'll ask you, Biz, and she'll be like, so from what I gather, there's a ritual that included some evil. Kiris and Ghassan Vosu also spoke that there was a Rakshasa. Does that have any correlation to Prundus and the Hippos corpse?
I think it might. Let me see if I we get a name. We didn't get a name. No.
Do you remember that the creature was called Gormond?
Oh, Gorbon.
Yeah, Gormond. The Rick Gasman was shouting to Gormond and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. Uh, Gormon was the Rakshasa, and he seemed to be the one helping Rip Gasman, and giving her directions or something along those lines. But I
Oh,
wasn't really. I was sort of freaking out the entire time. My eyes were gouged out.
she says it's okay, Biz. I briefly spoke with Ghassan Vosu. Not so much curious because I heard that he went through a tumultuous experience, including Narzan before he passed out. Um, it's concerning because I do know of Gormond. Gormond is one of the council advisors to Prundus, so that is definitely a direct link to the Hibis corpse. The creature, by your description, it reminds me of something that I learned back in my studies when I was younger, back when I was still a scribe, the City of Illumination. The creature is called a Vivitex or Vivitrex. It is I forgot what it's called. Well, I forgot what they're considered. Go to my file. What's that meme again? I'm a load of garbage. What's that? Is that what it is?
I'm
I
still
forgot.
a piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, I'm still a piece of garbage. I don't know why that came in my head just now. Probably because I haven't got this ready yet. That is not what I'm looking for. Okay. Still a piece of garbage. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, it's so good, dude. No, it's not it. It's not inevitables, primevals. Is that what they are? Still a piece of, yeah, okay. Um, they are known as prime evils. Um, I guess the expression is some believe evil is a matter of perspective. That's not always true in reality. Biz and Tav, you both can make intelligence religion checks if you wish to. Golina will go ahead and see if she can remember here into her
Ooh.
mind.
I crit
Uh-oh.
28.
Oh, that's good.
I got 23.
Cool.
But this is still better.
I mean, it's just both of you, see you both know. All right, so Golina rolled a 15. So from Golina, she'll remember, if I remember correctly, prime evils are fiendish boogeymen from your worst nightmares. A Vivitix strikes from the shadows with claws like surgical blades, and you sort of get like a little traumatized when you remember that. So the last things you saw before I blinded you with it, and hearing the blood-curdling screams of Curious. It cuts through flesh with supernatural ease, inflicting horrific wounds that are beyond the skill of most healers to treat. Curious is like on his hammock, just like, "Ugh." What did you roll, Tev?
Stay there,
23.
buddy.
Okay. So, and then you rolled a 29,
28.
28. Okay. So you both, okay. So this is your knowledge, Tev, along with what Godolina says, which this is something that you may have just completely forgotten, and it's just something that definitely doesn't, something that you wouldn't think about or probably retain because it just sounds horrifying. But you have heard stories probably from some of the veterans when you were younger, maybe even Corlox finding some of those books, and even on your adventures that led you to the Sandstormers. Chances that you won't spot this Vivitix until it's too late. Um, they can climb over most surfaces and appear behind you without warning. Only the most stalwart of heroes can suffer a Vivitix's blows and not come out of bloody ruin. And even then, it is unwise to rely on anything other than potent magical healing. And for you, Biz, while Vivitix is fast and dangerous, it is not durable. This fiend, which you now know, you now confirm that it probably is a fiend just by, as well as Godolina's assertion. Before it overwhelms you and treats your wounds later, if you can shapeshift, all the better, as the Vivitix must study its target's anatomy to maximize its killing potential. So when you say that, Godolina also brings up, if that's the case, then they obviously have been having eyes on us for quite some time. And if they're able to summon these types of entities, it doesn't bode well. The Vivitix is considered one of the lesser versions of these primal evils that have been around for a long time. She knows of another, but she thinks that there's three primal evils that exist in this world. Um, she knows of another one, which is a larger entity. It looks like a a gray render, if you know what those are. It sort of looks like a gray render, except it has a large serrated maw, like maw with teeth. It stands on all fours, but it also has this deep complexion. Um, let's see,
Ooh.
a carnivorous maw, sinister eyes. Um, it has the ability to warp and flow into different planes, making it very far more elusive than the Vivitex. Um, but Gurlina's basically just confirmed with you all that the Hibis Corpus is making even bigger moves to try and stop us, taking advantage of our basically personal quest of stopping Australia. Even though you all technically don't have to, but it's good. It's the good thing to do since you had to use her to get out of the situation where all those months ago.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, you could have just continued to stumble around in the cavern, does not take the ewer.
This is true.
We didn't have to deliver it also.
You also didn't have to deliver it either. Yeah, that is also true. You did do the job.
Well, I think at some point we would like were confronted by a giant pirate fleet and was like, well, we can't deal with that.
That is true, but it's also something you didn't have to do.
Look,
Well, yeah,
Could
sure,
have let the
but
rebellion go. You could have just let the rebellion go and take its course.
look,
You know?
we had to save
But that's what
Narbonne.
being good's about. That's
Yeah.
what being good about is taking on the ridiculous fucking BS and not taking the easy way, even though you've taken a couple easy way outs in certain situations, but you took it on yourself, and that's
I have
great.
no idea what you're talking about.
You're not the only one I'm talking about.
How do you
Everyone
turn
here is
it off?
guilty.
Sword.
Everyone here is guilty, including Golden. So with the crew nearby, sort of now not at ease anymore after hearing such stories, um, definitely puts in perspective for everybody that the war effort is going to get a lot more challenging, and the sooner you deal with Narcerelia and her freeborns, the better, so you can focus on the task in hand, which is the Hibis Corps, which is now running amok. Um, Godolina goes to go and ponder outside. Um, but yeah. Is there anything you guys want to talk to, want to do before we take a long rest? I am assuming.
I'm thinking about it now. I messaged Nurbanu about the two um perpetuals on the island, but I don't think Moshiad's gotten that information. So I'm gonna send him a message right
Sure,
before bed.
sure. You disturb him from his sleep, and he says, "Seriously, this, um, that's good to know. Thank you for sending me this information, Biz. I will inform Zuvex and Akmonu, who I've already sent ahead of my ships. I'm still finishing up business here at the Carcass. Should still take me about a day and a half to get to Zehe, but I already have two of my own on the island. So as soon as you get to Zehe, I would recommend meeting up with them to see what they find. Maybe not Zuvex, he usually works alone, but hopefully Akmonu, if he's not having too much fun.
I'll waste another spell slot to say you're welcome.
Good night,
Petty.
Biz.
Petty is our middle name. Hey, Mike, I don't know if I put it in my notes or not. I have to check. I I remember I went on that stupid little side quest when we went back to Macerna, and I have that ewer of like just create whatever the hell I want to drink in it.
Is it the alchemy drug?
Kind of
No,
like that. It was
it's for
the way you
alcohol though.
described it was
I thought it was for alcohol.
yeah, booze.
Yeah, you can make like oh, I didn't really make an item for it. I
Yeah,
completely
so I was
I was because I think to my mindset was you were just gonna use it just to make alcohol.
yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Um, but it makes like what was it? Like 3,000 liters of alcohol a day or some shit. Or whatever
Perfect.
alcohol. Yeah,
Perfect.
it's like 3,000 liters. It's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
it's me,
It's a lot.
Narzan, Kumal, and Kiris just all drinking iced ale.
That's not good. Oh, ice tails? Okay, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like, hey man, you made it. You did it. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
it's like a backpack and it has like dispensers on the back with runes on it. So you can just put like a mug underneath it. It's like a fountain machine in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has like a meter. It's like, all right, 3,000 liters have been disposed today. You gotta wait till tomorrow at dawn until it refills.
Gosh, we gotta start. We gotta start in 5 minutes. And we'll keep going until the day is over.
If you drink that much, even if it wasn't booze, you would be dead.
Yeah, yeah. It's supposed to like replenish an army of people.
Yeah.
It's like supposed to be for banquets, not for one person. This is an actual family size dispenser,
Yeah.
not the bag for yourself that could last you an 8 hour gaming trip.
Look, I am a family of millions.
Yeah, I'm the size of a family. I get it.
But yeah, that's what us four are doing. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
George as well. We're all gonna go up to the front top, except for like I don't know wherever Curious is most comfortable.
Pierce is he probably takes a fall couple, but he's gonna go to sleep
Okay,
because he's still a little bit traumatized of what happened.
fair, fair.
Plus the resurrection has definitely wear on him. He's at -5 or -5, I
Four.
think. -4 to his ability scores. So he's just tired.
Yep. All right, cool.
I mean, he's still like a what, con 12, but still, that's less mass than he's used to.
That's totally fine.
But yeah, Narzan and Kumal obviously would be George. George totally fine with drinking and driving. He's done it this entire time.
I don't think he's ever been sober. Now that I think
I
about
think, yeah, probably not.
it.
You can see that he's like used like a piece of rope to like tie it against the mast to the wheel, and then he's tied his like another rope to his hand so he can sit back and just like pull the string.
Yeah.
Like he's just gotten that used to his role as the helmsman.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys probably drink. Yeah, you can drink. Yeah, drink until 3 in the morning, 4
Yep.
4 a.m. Okay, that's fine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys will wake up whenever.
Yeah.
So you guys are sailing anyways for like a day. But you will be dropping off, I'm assuming, Jubilee
Yes.
on the way.
Hmm.
Okay. Was there anything you guys want to do on that like day's journey then? I know that we'll get to Tav finishing her book by then. So we'll get to
On
that. But is there anything? Yeah.
the immediate next day, I'm gonna
Yeah.
check on some things we need to.
Sure.
I'm going to cast Wish to open my demiplane, see if that guy's head's still there.
So when you open the dead plane, it reeks. It is vile and foul. But you see what looks like to be a full arm of the creature, and it's just sitting there tapping.
Okay.
That's
Very
weird.
interesting. I'm gonna message Moshiad,
Mhm.
checking in on my demiplane. It seems one of the arms of that perpetual has made it in. I would be wary. Maybe we should look for other solutions.
Yeah, he responds saying that he actually has already he goes into a brief detail about how it completely regrew itself without an arm and started talking incoherently and like abyssal, which freaked out him. And he unapologetically tells you that he basically sent him to a random plane because, I mean, I don't know, he doesn't know if he can get back or not, but he sent him away. So, yeah, he's no longer in their custody, but he's in a different plane and he's missing an arm.
Okay. So
That's
his arm,
fine.
he
It's
has a
somewhere in the
reduced
Outlands though,
arm.
so it's somewhere terrible. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like in like the elemental plane of fire. It's like limbo
So the
or
question is whether
pandemonium.
if we just leave him in here and someone comes back to life in here, can he escape from my demiplane without me opening it?
He does not know. Academically, it shouldn't be possible. Obviously, if he was like divine or if he was a demon lord or something along those lines, something has to be very powerful for that to happen. But he doesn't think he's that powerful. The thing about perpetuals is that they can just not die per se.
Hmm.
Um,
Someone
but they
can come get him though.
but someone could go get him though. But it would he believes firmly that wherever he sent them on the outer planes is very far, challenging to get.
Yeah.
And the little knowledge he knows about Prunus and the Hippos Corps, I don't think they're going to commit the resources per se to go and find him. But that doesn't mean that this person is capable of finding his way back.
Hmm.
However, you can surmise that it's probably going to be a lot longer than what you guys have been doing with the other perpetuals, like, slicing him up and throwing him in the ocean.
Okay.
That's a
So
lot. That's probably a lot
we've
quicker
delayed
for
it
them.
more than it would normally be.
Yeah.
All right.
Because not even Molchiad knows how to kill a perpetual per se. He has theories.
All right. Well, I'll
I will say
communicate.
that he did that because he's really too busy focused on the carcass of the Charybdis. Like he's just really into like all the properties that he can utilize these ingredients for. So you can also guess that like maybe the creature was talking to him, he just got annoyed and just shot him out of here. It's like, don't bother me. I'm having too much science nerd time. Which
Granted.
is, take that how you will. It's just like, come on, bullshit. Seriously, you couldn't just not shoot him somewhere else that we can't keep an eye on him.
Understandable. All right. Well, I'll communicate that what's happening to the rest of the crew, just so that everyone's on the same page about the guy.
Gondolina is not pleased with that. She sort of curses Molchiad, saying that he's just being a child and reckless.
That's not
Yeah, and
new.
that's coming from us.
Yeah, far more reckless. Yeah, but
I
at the same
wouldn't have done
time, come on, Narzen's like, yeah, we definitely wouldn't do that. No way. It's a rookie mistake.
You just keep chopping him up, make him start over.
Just burn him, man. Make him to dust.
Ooh, turn him into like a garlic powder.
Are you gonna eat a petrol
Huh?
Well, if we
with
gave it to
garlic
like,
powder?
that's not a bad idea. We could send him. We can like put it on like a pie or a pizza, and then
It's a
give it to like
terrible
a
idea.
an
What do you
outer plane
mean?
monster to eat.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. hmm
Serve it to a
I,
demigod. I don't know. I'm just
I
grasping at
like
straws here.
I like the idea, but I just think about him forming inside of someone. I don't know how fast it is
Didn't
if
want to
you
think
have
about
time
that.
to poop it out or not, but still.
That'd be the worst impacted bowel ever.
There is no bowel movement. Just, just explosion.
In Northern Rapsia, you know impact Bow, Bow impact you.
Oh,
Everyone on the ship is disgusted at this conversation.
Even me.
Wait,
I'm laughing
well,
uncomfortably.
you said it.
I know. I'm not happy about the fact that I had to say it.
You didn't have to. That's a problem. You don't have to say this stuff. You just do.
We were all
It's
thinking it.
not entirely. But okay.
That's
We'll
not a
pro
no.
Okay, I was thinking it, but I wasn't gonna say it.
Here,
That's the
Tav.
difference
I
between you and
hand
I.
Tav an ice tail.
No, I'm reading right now. I don't have time for this. I'm reading. I'm learning stuff. I
Hey, this helps you relax.
don't need to relax.
Psh,
I am very relaxed right now.
I don't believe you.
Well, you should believe something.
I, I, I do believe a lot of things.
I believe anything, Gollum.
I don't believe in that anymore. That has only led me down the path to ruin.
What hasn't led you down the path of ruin?
Just a piece of garbage.
Hey, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Garbage.
Piece of garbage.
Incredible how this conversation has devolved into this.
Yeah. I wanted to move on. I was just gonna say one thing. We'll probably find a way to deal with the perpetuals one way or another, even if it's just sending them into Bissus demiplane.
Well, I mean, wasn't the whole thing like if we can take out Prundus, like they lose their powers?
Yeah,
Right.
well, that we
Whoever
need to
casted the
take out
curses, yeah,
Prundus.
whoever casted the Val curses on them would end their curse.
And then that's probably
That's a
so
long-term goal, right? But we
Yeah.
need something now to stop them. Just because throwing them into the ocean isn't working the best.
Well,
Just two
it's
are
working
back.
a teeny bit.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time how long the other ones come that we will also dismembered and thrown away into the ocean.
Yeah, there's only one. There's only one. It's that shadow elf that was with the
Yeah.
tiefling on Acheron.
What was her power?
You didn't get a chance to see most of it. You know that the tiefling does exploding wounds. So if she wounds you, like cuts you or bashes you, your wounds explode.
That's what happened to what's his face, Arestus.
Yeah.
yeah, but it turned itself into a tiny spot. That was, if I'm not mistaken, if
No,
that's
no, he definitely turned into Tyrants, but I don't think it was no, it was because sort of, well, you think it's because of that.
We thought
He
it
was
was the
wounded.
book.
yeah,
At least I did.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I think it's the party split, either from what people saw on the battlefield and then what people have been researching. But the only thing you probably saw from the Shadow Elf or the Shadow Kai is that, yeah, you didn't see her powers at all. You just saw her use, she had this skull with red lights, like a skull lantern with red light, and then she had this like oversized sickle. And you saw that she was a good killer, but you didn't see her probably use her vile curse. Or you didn't pay attention. I
Is
don't
that one
think
Godolina knows about at all, or is it just someone we don't know anything about yet?
Golia hasn't encountered these perpetuals before. These perpetuals are relatively new. She knows about perpetuals, but she hasn't encountered these perpetuals. She says she didn't encounter perpetuals when she first met Prunus. She just encountered a bunch of demons and servants.
of course, yeah.
But these perpetuals are different. These vile cursed perpetuals, I should say.
Yeah. We'll figure something more permanent out until we get to Prundus. But for now, we should just focus on the here and now, on what we're doing next.
Right.
We need to get to whatever
Right
the
now, we're trying to
grotto.
get to. Well, yeah, we're trying to get to the grotto, but
First, we
well,
need to get to Nabano.
yeah, trying to go to Nabanu, and then we're gonna come back to the Blue Crack. because I need to talk to um Nobel.
Yeah, they are Bukrak soon, right?
I also wanted to investigate the Dragonborn's body. We could.
That's weird, man.
So,
Okay.
yeah, was there anything else before we hit up Nirvana?
I don't think so. Nope.
Okay. On your way passing Blue Crack, you will all notice that it's been garrisoned. You see the flag of the Federation Marine over it now. So it looks like Captain Ptolemy, the Marines sent by Nurbanu have arrived. But you see that there is a bunch of carcasses. Looks like corpses of Marines on the bridge that leads up to the front gate, um, which is weird. And as you continue a little bit further passing the Blue Crack, you notice that there are three more bodies hanging on trees of Marines.
What the fuck?
Were
Also,
those
I'll say
there
that
when we left?
no. I'll also say that Jubilee already got dropped off, unless you wanted to talk to the priest or the chieftain again or anything.
I don't
I
think
Ah.
so.
assume. I think
We did what we
drop.
wanted to do. We saved everybody.
Yeah, he tells you about the the secret entrance, but you found it already, so there's
Yeah, we are clear that out. We just wanted to help you a little bit.
thank you,
Felt kind of
appreciate that.
bad.
We're the good
Um,
guys.
he will give you a reward. He gives you a diamond worth 1,000.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He says it's the only thing of worth value left from his own family, so he's gonna give it to you.
Actually, that reminds me. While we're going there, I'll message Jeffrey, see how the scrolls are coming along.
That's right. Did you guys received a few scrolls already, right?
Yeah, those are from a while ago. Because he had trouble getting them because the
Right.
church didn't like
There's
us.
been a few
Then we
days
paid off the
now.
church, so
Right. So
That's so,
basically, you
that's
paid
so
off
on
church.
point. We paid
Yeah.
off the church.
Yeah. So when you message Jeffrey, he says that the representatives from the Church of Palor have sent have just arrived yesterday, and they sent over three scrolls. They sent over some scrolls. Um, two of them were resurrection. Let's see, I'll pull it up. Oops. Oops. Wrong one.
Hmm.
Still a piece of garbage. Stuck in my head now.
Thanks for sharing. I'm still a piece of
Still a piece
garbage.
of garbage. He says that he has ready for you from the church that they could spare. Obviously, all forgivings have been dealt with. However, they just can't give you they're not willing to give you their entire trove of healing spells. Um,
Bad.
but they have sent over two scrolls of resurrection, three scrolls of mass heal, four scrolls of heal, and seven scrolls of greater restoration, and then seven more scrolls of lesser restoration.
so 2 scrolls of resurrection.
Two scrolls of resurrection, three scrolls of mass heal,
Yeah, let's heal, and then 4
three,
heal.
four scrolls of heal,
Okay,
seven scrolls of greater restoration, and seven scrolls of lesser restoration.
okay.
He says he has the chest in his office. Or, yeah, chest.
I will. Let's see. 7 scrolls of restoration, and then how many lesser?
Same thing, seven.
So, all right, great. Uh, Wonderful. We can go pick those up when we want. But we got some scrolls ready.
Yay.
Hold on. I'm assuming we're going to have to buy the diamonds separately as well. So,
By the what?
the diamonds for greater restoration and resurrection.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm marking that down right now.
Okay.
We have 1 diamond for resurrection, is exactly the amount we needed. So that's good. And then I will have to get some diamond dust for the restorations.
Oh,
That-
diamonds.
Yeah, you'll need two. You'll need two for the resurrection of 1,000, and then you just need 100 gold worth of diamond dust
each.
for the greater restorations, and then the
Yeah.
rest don't need components. Well, yeah, they don't need material
Seven
components.
EP. Okay. So yeah, so we have one diamond, so we see another 1,000 for the resurrection school, and then 700 gold piece diamond dust for all the greater restoration. So
Then we need to buy that when we pick up the scrolls.
yeah, we'll do that later. Mark it down though.
We don't die before then.
I know if we don't, we'll forget it, and then we'll be like, oh wait, we need diamonds for this, and then it'll be a whole thing.
If you tell Jeffrey, he can start looking. But it may take more time since diamonds are not always, or not like,
A scarce resource.
yeah, it's a scarce resource, which may cost you more than obviously you would have to pay
That's right.
for. But yeah, if you ask Jeffrey, he'll start looking while you're adventuring still.
Yeah, I'll ask him too.
Okay. He says that if you can find him, he'll try to secure him with his own funds. Or he says his own funds, but you can only imagine he's probably using the freelancers' funds.
I'll
just
tell him
good
I have a
man.
very
Writing-
large budget.
Just writing it off, yeah. Just write it off real quick. It's like, yeah, I owe you.
Use our clout to chase, I guess. That could be good or bad. We are infamous in some places.
Well, I mean, you guys have yet to deal with the banking families of the world, in which there is it's not really a central bank, but it is like the most secure and oldest institution of banking. But yeah, there are banking families, and there's typically two banking families per major city. Yeah, and they're like one of the few, if not the only institution that can actually give you credit, and most places would be like, yeah, we'll take it. Even the underworld uses the credit of the banking families, but you have yet to deal with the banking families for obvious reasons.
Terrible people.
Yeah, no, they are terrible, terrible people. Well, most of them. Some of them are just born into it because they're family run. It's just straight nepotism.
Well, would we want to? You guys just tell me. We can go teleport over back to Macerna and deal with that with Jeffrey.
Yeah, we can probably do that after we have talked to Nabuno on the bell when we're going to Sahi Island. Because that would probably take a day or something like that.
Also, what's up with those bodies over there?
Yeah, that's a good question. What's up with those bodies?
We're kind of fast forwarding back in time now. we're just in the middle of the island. Now we're back in Blue Crack.
Yeah, so you guys are passing. Obviously, George is like, do you want me to drop anchor and investigate, or do you want to send word? Or I don't know. How do you guys want to do it? You want to investigate, like go ashore or send somebody, or what do you want to do? Yeah, there's like a couple bodies. It looks like there's like spears in the backs, the ones that are on the ground leading up. You can definitely see Marines and in the fort. They're just obviously looking onward because you're still obviously a little farther away. But there are definitely 3 bodies near a low-hanging palm tree on the beach, just a little bit farther north up the beach from Blue Crack.
I mean, we could. I'll take Narzan and Kumal. We'll go take a look at it.
Sure.
And I'll
Taking-
go into.
You're going to? All right. So magic carpet, I assume.
Yep.
So you all 4 of you get on the magic carpet. You whiz over the crystal clear ocean water towards the beach. Covering the beach, as you close by, you can smell the stench of the rotting bodies. Looks like they've been there for about a day or two. And as you get closer, you can easily see the wound marks. You guys can make medicine checks to see. Obviously, the weapons. There's no weapons on them anymore, like the wounds. But you can, if you guys want to, you can make an investigation or medicine check to see how they were killed.
7.
Aside from losing them, okay, they were definitely killed by weapons for sure.
10.
One of them is headless. A 10. Investigation or medicine?
That was investigation.
Okay. There are stab wounds. Looks like their bodies have been bludgeoned. You can see the bruising. There is one thing you do notice though, is that there are gaping holes, a few of them, right around the size of like no bigger than like 2, 3 inch holes on their backs, and two of them are on the backs, and one of them is on like the where the liver is. They are exit wounds. They just look like holes, but if you guys want to spend time, you can discern that something came out of those holes.
It looks like a weapon, not like a spell
Well,
or
there are
something.
weapon wounds, so you can see the initial damage, but then there are also these large holes, somewhat 2 inch holes that are in certain areas of the body. And after looking at them, you can see that something came out of them. Some things
Mm.
came out of them.
Oh
This is the
God.
most unholy set of holes I've ever seen.
You will see that the drawbridge from the fort will drop, and you can see that the Marines are sending a rider. One of them looks to be the officer. It looks like it's the captain himself, and he comes out with a complement of like 5 Marines. They ride towards you. They wave you down, saying, you know, hello,
Hi?
hello. Um, you can see that the man in front of you, he's a grizzled human man, obviously a Raspian human man. He has a bright blue shield with a magical axe and a magical bow. Definitely has obviously the uniform of the Marines. I'll go ahead and show a quick concept art of what he looks like. As he rides up to you with his 4 or 5 Marines, he salutes you and introduces himself as Captain Ptolemy. He commands in the Marines for Nabanu, at least one of the companies. And he says, "It's good that you're here. I was hoping that you could help us, actually. As you can see, these men, now that the area seems secure, orders his men to cut them down. We are in a bit of a trouble."
What's going on?
Look, I know that you all have more pressing matters, and if you can just send word to Nurbanu, that would suffice enough. But if you wish to know more, our on our way here wasn't easy. We were ambushed by the locals, tribal Stamahans that live on the island. Um, they are a particular tribe. They have domesticated dinosaurs. I think little Eoraptors and even the unique cold bloods. And for you ox, you've heard stories of cold bloods. They're basically larger raptors that are used as mounts. They are natural on these islands, but mostly they're natural in the south where the jungles are. But there are definitely some that are here on the islands. Um, he tells you that the local tribe ambushed them on the way there. He got out with most of them, but they took the supplies, and so as soon as they got to the fort, they have no supplies. They have water, but they don't have any food, ammunition, um, other stuff. He believes that the tribe used to be the residents at Blue Crack before the Freeborns came, and they were trying to retake their home, but obviously they don't have the weapons or the sophisticated tactics to take it back from the Marines. However, with them lacking food, it's only a matter of time before they have to probably abandon it. He says that if you can send word to Nabanu and send more people with supplies, I'm sure they can hold the fort. But if you're
Um,
curious to help them out,
I mean, if this was,
some of the Marines are looking like, what happened to these? And they're like looking at the holes, and it looks like they've seen it for the first time as
it's,
well.
um, I mean, just out of curiosity here, if this was originally their fortress, why not just give it back?
I couldn't agree more, Sir Alex, but our orders were from Nirvana to seize it so we can hold it in the war effort. If we could give it to them and they could be allies, it would be plausible, but I've yet to send word to Nirvana about this matter.
Hey, Biz, we should probably go talk to these people
Lana?
because I have a feeling there's demons involved. Also, I want a dinosaur.
No.
Yeah.
You don't get to make that choice.
I think I hold more power with that than you think. I have a legion of 25 Troglodons, all right?
Can I have one?
No.
Then I want a dinosaur.
I think we should go talk to them. I don't think you're getting a dinosaur out of it.
Captain Tommy warns like the locals are not very diplomatic. They attacked us without warning.
Okay.
I would advise caution, I should say.
I know. I use caution like the wind.
One of the Marines says, Captain, do you think it has anything to do with that big blue frog that was with them? And the captain says, possibly. I don't know what that thing was.
Oh man, come on, Biz. Let's
Uh,
go.
Maybe we should get Godolina and Tab down here before we do anything.
Uh,
Listen, the last time we went by ourselves, we almost got killed.
no, you almost got killed.
Yeah, I got my eyes ripped out. I don't feel like doing that again.
Still a piece of garbage.
All right?
Fine. Go
we
get
should
Mom and
beat other
Mom
people.
Junior.
I will.
True.
Go back to the ship.
It's just,
Uh,
yeah, you
before
can
you-
take
yeah.
you can take the carpet. It's fine. We're gonna wait here.
Oh
Yeah.
god, no.
while Biz, you go back alone to go get the two other heroines. I'm assuming Narzan and Kumal with you, Ox?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
So we
So-
are all discussing about how we're gonna approach and try to
Sure.
get dinosaurs.
Yeah, both Kumal and Narzan obviously definitely want this as well. They're already thinking about what to name their dinosaur raptors.
I'm gonna name mine
And how
Scree.
Kumal wants to paint them like a different color. Um,
This is my favorite day.
Captain
do-
Tom, what's up?
I do think I left Billard there. Just to
You
keep
left Villard
watch.
there? Okay, yeah. The
he's
Marines.
just telling me everything telepathically.
Okay, yeah. The Marines are obviously they're not accustomed to Billard, but obviously they know who you are, so they're just like, well, it's probably some familiar or something. They don't know it's a homunculi. They think it's a familiar, a weird looking familiar. Captain Tommy turns to you, Ox, and says, Sir Ox,
hmm
I have a question. I don't know if you have the answers. I don't know how adept you are at monsters and such, but we encountered when we were ambush a large blue amphibian creature,
Hmm.
serrated teeth, had the ability to cast magic. Do you know of any type of creature?
Let's see if I learned anything from my many lessons that I've forgotten.
It would be Arcana.
All right, probably not, but we'll figure it out. 16.
Of the many stories and tales of Dagny at this point, she's talked about planar creatures, maybe during times when she was trying to correlate and maybe help you feel more at home since she didn't know exactly where you were from back then.
Mhm.
Still doesn't really. She tried to correlate those with planar creatures from other planes. Um, she dropped some, obviously a lot of demons, astral elves, Githyanki, Githzerai, and she did mention amphibians, chaotic amphibians known as slots. And when he tells you and describes to you what they saw, you can only imagine it's probably what Dagny brought up. And from the little know that Dagny knew and told you, Slods are obviously planar evil creatures who have pretty much only have one goal in mind, and this is from her own observance, to kill or impregnate you with their babies.
I look directly down at the guys on the floor, and I'm like, "Oh yes," and I, in my dumbest ox voice, go, "Oh yes, this is obviously the work of a blue slot. That explains the exit wounds."
To the horrors of the Marines and the captain, they're just like, by the gods, how do we defeat such creatures?
With murder and murderous intent, they will not hesitate to do the same to you.
Well, Sir Ox, I'm glad that you came across us. We could use all the help in this.
Oh,
That or we launch a full retreat back to the fleet. We are in no way, shape.
I
able
would
to fight
fully
them.
recommend that if you see this thing approach you and yours, do your due diligence and get out of the way. We will destroy this monstrosity for the dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
Anyways, back to Biz. You return to the ship where Godolina and Tab's still reading on the deck, and Godolina has been watching from the deck. And as you approach, she says, "So, what news do you have, Bismuth?"
It seems that the people here were being attacked by the locals who uh the fort belonged to. They have some blue frog with them. I decided to get you both before things escalated to us going after them because I don't feel like getting my eyes violently removed again.
So wait, what is wrong with the Marines? They encountered beasts. They should be able to defend themselves in the fort.
I it was I don't know. Apparently they something happened to them. Uh is little Billard relaying everything to me?
Yeah, he's telling you exactly everything, including
There's
Ox's encouragement in hunting this thing down.
there's a frog. I just relay everything. Frog, it does things, but what?
Tab, you
Hunt
can
it
make
down.
an Arcana check as well if you want to see if you know anything about this blue creature. Godolina says she thinks it's a slod, which is nasty business.
Got a 20.
You definitely think it's a slot, and Corlox will support your claim as well. If it's a blue one, that means it's the second stage of its evolution. The colors typically represent the age and abilities, but also gemstones. Gemstones on their heads or inside their heads. Sometimes gemstones are outside the mark their hierarchy cast or whatever, but most of the time the colors is a pretty good signifier.
Hmm.
So Gunley's like, so what is the issue with the Marines? Their supplies were ran. Okay. I think we should just send word to Nobanu. I don't believe we should be messing around any further. We have more pressing matters to attend to.
I hate to
Don't
tell
you
you
think?
this. I'm getting a message from Billard right now. Ox really wants to go and kill this thing.
I could really care less a bit what Ox wants
I
to do.
I think they're already off the ship. I mean, good luck to you getting them back on. He's gonna come at you with the whole it's the good thing to do and it's what we should do and to make sure we save the people at the fort. I
Look,
think
I hate to say it, but at the same time, if Ox dies again, we do have scrolls of resurrection that just bring him back. So look, let's
well
just we will if we must, we can go there, but I feel like we should just send word to Nubanu,
I can
continue
send word right
onwards.
now and then we have to convince Ox to get back on the ship.
Sure, yeah. You, Tower, are you going or are you gonna continue reading your book? Because you still have a few hours.
Oh God, I
Keep
hate
reading
Doc
the book.
sometimes.
Keep reading the book. I've got this.
I'm gonna be
If
real with
I-
you. Half of the reason he's doing this is because he wants a pet dinosaur. And I think it's a
He-
really bad idea.
Why?
Yeah, that's a really bad idea.
If that's the only reason why, then I cannot agree to that. We have more pressing matters. We can come back for dinosaurs for the Paylord's sake.
Yeah,
Playlist.
So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm so tempted to just. I'm stupid. So yeah, I'm gonna look directly at Billard, and just go, Billard. Let him know that we're gonna go stop this curse cult from taking over a local tribe.
They already know.
Oh, okay.
Melina's not very happy about your decision.
Narzan Kumal, let's go do this.
Are you not going to wait for them?
Oh, they'll find us. They know how to find us.
Oh no.
Guys, he's leaving right now.
So
Oh,
the carpet.
God.
Okay, are you going to have or are you saying?
I'm gonna go. I don't want Fox to die again.
Is anyone else going with you, Biz? Or Tav, are you bringing anyone with you, or just
Uh,
you two, you three?
I think it's just gonna be me. I'm not bringing anyone. If Godolina wants to come along.
Well, Gloomy is definitely going. She has to go and reason with Ox. Try to.
There's no reason for that.
She probably
There's
knows that.
no reason.
Tav, are you going?
Yeah, I'm going, and I'm gonna take Carlox with me.
Corlox is like, oh, I was hoping you were gonna bring me. She's just
Well,
like, Tav, we're dealing with slots. I don't. These creatures are beyond rationality. They just want to kill it and implant us with their tadpoles so they can make more of them. Who knows
You
what they've
know?
been doing with these tribes? Probably have
Probably
hundreds
Have a
of slots. If there's hundreds of slots on this island, we should just abandon this island now and forget about it. I'm surprised the Freeborns haven't dealt with this tribe. Unless the magic of Narcerelia kept them at bay, but even then,
I think it's like a new thing. And if you don't want to go, that's fine. I can bring Steven.
Steven's like, I'm down for frogs and dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Don't bring
Steven.
him.
Mark says, I will stay here and hopefully unlock the abilities of my gear. My patron is being rather childish as of late, but as soon as I can, I'll make my way over if you take longer than normal.
We'll be fine. I'm just gonna burn the forest to the ground.
You see Gibby and Vozu already like getting ready. He's like, yeah, we'll see. Put on their armor on, getting their arrows and their knives sharpened.
Come on, Steven. Let's go kick
Let's
Ox's
do
ass.
this. Ox better not get a raptor before I do.
You're not getting a raptor.
Damn it. Why do I not get anything? I don't get any rewards in this party anymore. Everyone gets rewards besides me.
You're gonna get rewards when
It's chewing on a hand.
you're eating hands right now. That's your reward.
I'm hungry and it comes with the curse.
Not hands.
I have to eat dead body parts every day.
Yeah, but not specifically hands. I don't know what your
Would you rather
fixation-
me biting on an arm or a foot? I think hands are like the most sanitary of the entire body. Not really.
More often
No,
washed.
they Mm, but they touch the most
On
stuff.
silent?
that hand has touched a lot of privates.
Let me ask you, would you prefer me to eat a bag of feet or a bag of hands?
Bag and pants.
Okay.
I just feel like there's more meat on like the thigh or like
Biz being the absolute like patron of logic.
He looks at it, he says, shut the fuck up. Don't tell her that I have other body parts besides hands. There's a feast in here. Oh God. I'm starting to enjoy this.
Oh God.
Godalina's like, this is terrible. All right. Godalina, Biz, Steven, Tav, you jump onto the carpet. You can fly if you want, Tav. But you make your way over to the island. Ox has already trudged a little bit into the jungle, and Captain Ptolemy has sent a marine with him because obviously Ox has more authority over him. So he's like, show me where you last saw these people. And Captain Ptolemy's like, Corporal, go and just show him the way. And the corporal's like, I have to go back. Ptolemy's like, as soon as you show him, you can run back to the fort. That's an order.
I absolutely had Billard following them as well.
Okay. As soon as you get there, it's just the captain with like 3 other Marines, and they're just like, Sirrah Ox and his 2 companions with whatever you left behind, Sirrah Biz, joined the corporal. They've already started heading their way to the jungle. It's about a few hours march through the jungle to the area where they ambushed our caravans. And Gorlina's just like, oh, did you send word to Nirvana?
I will do that right now.
Little distracted with everything he was hearing
There's
from
just
Billard,
so
I
much
assume.
going on, yeah. Some message. Romanu, your people are being attacked by slugs and need food badly. I gotta go stop Ox before he gets killed and gets a dinosaur.
Gets
Maybe-
killed and gets a dinosaur.
Yeah, you get a sudden and very rushed response saying, what? Huh? Slots on the island? Are my men dead? Why do you want a pet raptor?
Why not?
Is this worth another message?
Yeah, it is.
That's all she says back because she obviously can't send sending.
I will cast another spell, ascending. Waste all my spell slots before you get into this fucking fight.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
There are slots that a significant amount of your men are dead. I don't want a dinosaur. Ox does. I need to stop him. They want your help at Blue Crack.
She responds saying, all right. So Captain Ptolemy needs help. Is he undermanned? Also, why are you even dealing with slots? If that's the case, then tell the captain that I'm sending men and he's pulling back. If Blue Crack is no go, then we can't hold the island and we have far more pressing matters to deal with than slots. The Federation can deal with this after the rebellion.
I will. I can't message her again. I'm gonna tell. I can't tell her. Tell him that I was gonna relay what she said.
Captain
Uh,
Ptolemy is, yeah, Captain Ptolemy is like, if the Commodore says that to retreat, then I will gladly tell my men to pack up. Can we get or catch a ride with you on the way back?
oh yeah, sure.
Since it's faster, I would prefer not to march through there, even though I trust that you'll defeat whatever the tribe is, but they are quite numerous. Um, yeah.
But uh, yes, bring your men on the ship. Uh, just it'd be better to get on the ship. I want more of your men dying to things out in the jungle.
Oh God, Ox, why are you doing this to us? I
Captain
don't want
Ptolemy
to fight
salutes.
frogs again.
He's like,
I got eaten the last time.
Why do you think I picked this?
You're an
Trauma.
asshole.
trauma. It's just a bunch of trauma. Okay.
By the way, we've already picked this session's episode title. It is "I'm Still a Piece of Garbage."
Oh gosh. Oh God. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, Ox, you're only like 80 feet away, so
Oh, yeah,
the party can eventually catch up with you.
Oh yeah.
And the Marine's just like, okay, well, if the men are leaving, he points to all. He points down the like this trail. You can see like there's a marching path. It says, if you just follow this path, it'll lead you to the ambush site. I don't know if they're nearby, if they're near there or not. I don't know if the wagons are still there, but this will take you directly to where we last met with them.
Sweet.
Good luck. May Majere watch over your souls, your bodies.
Who?
Majere.
Thank God, probably. Ox.
Oh,
Okay.
there's only room for
Okay.
Coriel in this heart.
Ox,
Yes,
what are you doing?
we are going to stop an evil force that I assume is connected with the cult.
And Godolins is like, and how do you know that? Like, what's your proof that they're
Well,
connected to cults?
look at this. Look at this. It's been happening more frequently. They attacked them. It's a diversionary tactic, of course. But if this goes unchecked, it could hinder our forces later on. And I'd rather just deal with it now while it's a smaller problem than letting it get completely out of hand, like when we delivered the Ewer to Y'all Cates in the first place.
Ox, we just told the Marines to evacuate the island
Uh-huh.
under Commodore Nirvana's order. We're no longer, the Federation no longer is going to garrison the island.
So
What's your point?
My point is that we don't have to
There's
deal
no
with this.
need for this fight.
We don't need to venture in. We can deal with this after the war. The Marines and the Navy can deal with this after the war.
After a genocide of a local peoples?
Genocide of the local peoples.
yeah, the people that we just saved, Jubilee, and the people that I think he means.
That was a different thing entirely. That was
we can send ships to go pick them up. We can go back and pick them up and take them to the fleet so that they can be relocated. Other than that, we don't know who else lives on the island, and that would just take more time that we do not have.
we cleared every single threat on this island. We'll be here forever. It's
That is
clearly isn't a
exact-
safe place.
Yes, and you're here for personal reasons, Ox. You're not here to clear the island. We all know that you're just here to get a raptor or 3.
Look, that would just be a perk, but also saving lives.
But Ox, what do you think happens if your Kates and Australia finish with the plans? How many people do you think die? Yes.
The people that were used to get Nicerelia back to her home plane.
And how many people do you think that is?
I would say roughly 100.
I think that's more than that, but how many people do you think live on this island that we can save?
You know what? I don't know, but what if they're the last of their peoples?
Yeah, that's fine. They make more.
I had to like check myself. I was like, I'm about to punch Tav.
We don't.
Golden sits her foot down. She's like, Ox, we cannot waste any more time. We have to get to Nurbanu, do this. What about the plan with Jared? We're just back. We're just now stalling on that plan as well.
Fine. But I'm doing this under protest.
In the
That's
distance,
fine.
you all hear what sounds like calling, like monster calls. I'll tell you right now, the calling of raptors resonate in the distance.
We're
They
leaving
seem
right now.
they seem close.
Get on the carpet and get out of here.
I'm doing this
Now,
under
Ox.
protest. The genocide of this people is on all of your hands.
I don't care. I have so many deaths on my head, I've stopped counting. Get on the carpet.
I've never stopped counting. And I
Good
live
for
on the
you.
carpet.
I need
You
everyone to
can't
make
count that high.
I need everyone to make perception checks
Okay.
as the calling in the distance becomes closer. And from 1 to 2 of these monsters calling, you hear about 10 to 20.
22.
24.
19.
Everybody you three turn to the right of your location, and you can see that there is like a small hill through the jungles, and you can see movement. You see what looks like to be blue-scaled lizards, large, rummaging through. They're about 40, 50 feet away, and one of them has a lizard folk, an old lizard folk woman on it. Um, and you Ox actually lock eyes with that lizard folk woman, and you can see her just put up a hand up, saying that sort of your passive insight tells you that it wants to speak to you. And Donalina just put your hand down. Don't even think about it. We're leaving.
I am so ready to teleport us all back to the ship. Just it's either we go or we're gonna walk back. What's the plan?
Well,
What
you
we're
can
gonna
fly, Donalina can fly, Tab can fly. So the only people that need to go on carpet is Kumal,
Ox.
Ox.
the moment
And
we talk to this
Narzan.
lady, we're getting
Even.
into it. I want to make
Hey!
that very clear.
Hey, you guys go. You guys go. It's fine. Just start going. We'll be right behind you.
God, hi.
Donalina's is like, Ox, what you want to talk to this
I
this
just
lizard
want to
folk
hear
woman
him
or
out. If anything gets hinky and they try to something, Biz, you get us out of here. How about that? How about a compromise?
Ox, they get Blue Crack back. Yay!
Yeah, but they're in danger.
How do you know?
Who
Let's
are they
just
in
go.
danger from? They were with the
From the
slug.
The people or the raptors, Ox? Who are you talking about?
The people.
Are you sure you're talking about the people or you're not confusing with raptors?
Well, they're lizard folk, but that seems racist.
Where
That's-
they
don't
were they in
deflect my
danger
question.
from? Ox.
Look, she wants to talk. I'm willing to listen.
Within the
I-
perimeter around 20 feet, you see a bunch of 2 foot high blue scale raptors poke their heads out of the nearby shrubs, and you hear Gamal and Arzon just like, oh, they're so cute, but I want bigger ones.
Stop it.
And then suddenly two bigger heads pop out of the brush nearby, and they're all within 10 to 15 feet.
Clever
Um,
girl.
They rush you. No,
This.
I'd hope so.
Hey. Stop moving. I say that to the general area.
they just poke their head out. So it looks like they are under some sort of directive until suddenly 2 more of the blue scales. And I'll go and show you a picture of what the raptors look like before they eat you.
You mean before
so-
I wild magic surge and kill us all?
Yeah, that's it. So there's about like 10 to 12 of them that are sort of in a semicircle around you in front of you
Mhm.
of these little raptors.
Oh,
Oh, they could
That's
rip my
cute.
arm off.
They're adorable.
3 of them could rip them off. And then these are the cold bloods. There's 2 that are not mounted, but they have saddles on them. And then the 3 that are coming towards you that emerge from the forest. Both in the back have 2 very imposing barbarian-looking Samahan people. One's half orc, one's human, and then leading them is a green-scaled lizard folk. So here's what the cold bloods look like. They're blue-scaled, not this color, and they are quite large.
Mm-hmm.
And oops. This is what the lizard folk woman looks like. And Biz, you and Ox, you feel this tremendous entity, this demeanor resonating from just behind the 3 cold-blooded riders that are in front of you. And they approach you and they stop at around 8 to 9 feet in front of you all. But you both feel a creature watching you from a distance. But the lizard folk rides forward, and she speaks in Draconic. Does anyone here speak Draconic?
Let me look at my languages.
No.
Godolina speaks Draconic.
Wonderful. That doesn't help us.
It
here it
does.
Sort of.
Half orc, Rafsian, giant, my Oasis Eater tribe can't, and orc. That's all I've got.
So the lizard folk will speak to you three, including Godolina. Obviously, none of you besides Godolina speaks. So Godolina will translate. She'll say, "She says she doesn't want to eat us yet. She wants to ask a question." And Godolina has her sword out, obviously. The raptors are hissing and biting into the air, just teetering on the edge of just pouncing on all of you within range. But the lizard folk woman just looks at you. Just like all Samahan people on the islands and in the jungles, these people have like Samoan like tattoos, maybe Moro tattoos from my country, the Philippines, all very in different colors. Many of them are in blue or in white or blue, red and yellow. You don't know what the colors mean, but she's like adorned in a plethora of these tribalistic tattoos. She speaks very, from what Godolina says, she speaks in like riddles, but she says, she wishes to know if we are allies to the Marines.
We say
So,
yes, but they're gonna attack
Can,
us.
can we say victims of circumstance?
Godolina will obviously ignore all of you because she'll speak her mind and you don't know what she's saying, but the two barbarians are just like, "Hmm." One of them has a giant tetsuba, which is basically a studded club, and then the other one has a large sword with rocks that look like teeth on the edges. So basically, a giant serrated greatsword. They both like grunt and look like they want to like attack your party, but Godolina
I'm gonna look
obviously
right at them and go,
right, and you can see them all wanting to rage, every single one of them. But the lizard folk woman is just like, and her and Godolina have a quick conversation, and you can tell that the old and venerable lizard folk woman is still hesitant, but she nods her heads, and Godolina says, "They just want to go home," which I told them that they are going to be allowed once we evacuate the Marines. I've also told her that I've asked her if they're going to harm other tribes on the island, and she refers to the tribe that you helped. The lizard folk, she calls herself Olik. She promises that they're not here to kill fellow Samahans. They just want outsiders off their islands.
"Hey, Godolina, can you ask her about the? Are they in control of said little blue guy, or is that something that's new?"
I'm gonna
Godol-
ask in their heads to see if they
Godolina will ask if they're the ones that domesticated this, and you see the Olik sort of like snap her tongue, and all of the cold bloods and the raptors look directly at her. And then she snaps her tongue again, and they all look back at you.
I'm gonna
no,
take that as a yes.
I meant the slod.
Cordelina's like, oh, very good. She will ask the entity. She will ask about the entity behind them, and the lizard folk creature will look surprised that you all realize that, and she will say, and she will just simply shake her head. And Godolina will inquire more, like, what do you mean? Like, do you control it? Does it control you? And oh, this lizard folk woman named Olik will just simply just shake her head.
And
You can sort of tell with your passive insights that it's maybe a warning of do not press the matter, for they will probably do what they need to do, and she cannot control what they do. And Godolini even tells you saying, I think there's more than one.
Are you saying that there's?
Ox, just stop. Let's just leave
And
when we have the
I will say
chance.
that around Olik's neck, she has a bunch of like bone necklaces and looks like stolen necklaces from like merchants and pirates that she probably killed. There is two pieces on her, very unique, very large, ruby-like gems that are rough. Like they've just been like they're like broken shards of like a larger gem.
Mhm.
And both of them are like a sapphire color. But the unique thing about them is that they are surrounded, like it's being held together by the chain, with this golden sort of frame. And you two can, all three of you can sense profound magic, not just from her, because looks like she can cast magic, but from those specific gemstones on her neck.
Okay. Ox, here's
So it
the
sounds
deal.
like we just get the navies out, they go back home, we're done.
Cool.
So let's just say that, okay, we'll evacuate the Marines and we leave this island.
Billard telepathically talks to you, Biz, and he's just like, there's two big frogs in the back over there. They look really hungry. Oh, they see me. I don't like that.
So
They're
come
looking
here,
right at me.
come here, Billy.
Oh,
Stop being near the frogs.
Steven's just like, hey, Golan, ask him if we can have two of them as like compensation
No,
for after.
leave. Jesus Christ.
Steven's just
All right, we're gonna
downstairs.
start. Are we ready to go?
Look, I just wanted
I
to
don't
make
want
sure
Billy to
that
get
their
eaten.
tribe was safe, okay? That was it. If their
Golan,
tribe is
yeah,
fine, then
yeah,
I'm good to go.
yeah. You know that the other tribe are also Samahans. They have those same tattoos. So this person basically seems like she's fighting for the Islanders.
Hmm.
It's safe to assume. But at the same time, you all can sense the evil behind them as well. You don't know what that really means. You don't know if she actually controls them or they control it, but it's up to you if you want to risk it or not to see if they're true, if it's all true, or if their intentions are real. But Olik continues to say that like we will remember. She'll tell Godolina something, and she'll like give like a hand gesture, and Godolina says, "This Olik says that they will remember our kindness, and will not forget our generosity in returning them to their home."
Sounds good.
Hey, can we go now,
Yeah.
Steven's like,
please?
"Can you just ask if we can?"
Would you stop it,
Steven?
Steven? Shut up.
Narzan and
Steven.
Kamal are just like, "But
No, I
is
get
there?
it.
Nelson,
I
come
get
on.
it. I get it. I understand. I
Can
thought
we
it would
come
be cool
back?
too. I mean, yeah,
Can we come
absolutely,
back?"
probably.
No.
Maybe we can. Hey, maybe we
They
can join their
don't
tribe.
like outsiders. They made it very clear.
Ox, shut up.
I'm not
Shut
talking
up.
now. I'm talking about later.
I don't care.
So
Shut
yeah,
up.
do you guys want to confront them or do you want to just
No.
leave?
I don't want to start a conflict that doesn't need to happen. If they seem legitimately
Thank
like they're the ones in control and that we just shouldn't ask questions because of other things, then I'm not gonna force the issue. So yeah, if they just want
Uh,
their home back, I'm good to go. I thought that they were potentially being infiltrated by the Hibis Corps, and it doesn't seem like
You want
that's the
Godolina to
case.
ask him that?
Yeah,
Godolina can
just see
ask
if
him
they,
that.
well, at least warn them about it.
Godolina will inquire about the happenings, and all of the two barbarians will just be like, ugh, spit at the ground when you don't know what she says in Draconic, but you can sort of sense when she says like demons or Hibis corpse, they're just like, fuck those things.
Just like
Um,
gar Hibis corpse. Psst,
yeah.
okay.
Um, and even Olik is just like her face narrows when she talks about these things. And Godolin continues the conversation. And when Olik responds back, Godolin says they do not like demons at all. They fight against them. Seems that they're enemies. And if there are demons on this island, they would fight them. So that's what seems like they would fight against them. So they're not allies, but they are also not enemies.
It's good
But
enough
they
for me.
are enemies of our enemies. It's technically an ally. Um,
All right, I guess we're good to go then. Let's make sure the guys are off the island and they can take back their homeland.
All right. I got Billard perched up on my head now.
He's
Standing
like
on it.
squirming. He's like exposed.
But up here
Still
near the
looking,
frogs.
still looking at me.
Uh,
Oh.
good.
Billard like freezes, and you can see the lizardfolk woman's just like, and she touches both gemstones, and Billard's like, oh, I want to go. I want to leave. It talked to me. Two of them. It talked to me. Uh, they have telepathy.
Oh, do they? That's
Oh,
awesome.
no.
And through all of your minds, you all feel this dark, imposing voice telepathically enter your minds. And it just says, leave now. Don't come back.
Okay, we won't. Can we
Aw,
go
man.
now, please?
I
I
guess.
don't want to be here.
I just look saddened at like Kumal and Nurs. I'm like, I guess we're not gonna be able to join their tribe after all this. Sorry, guys.
Narzan and Kamal are just like, we'll just come back.
No, you won't.
Hey, what they do on their own time is none of your business, Tav. Let's go.
Um, yeah, Godalina says something of like, goodbye, and Lalik says something goodbye. And she, as you guys are flying away, still watching them, Godalina will say, as they say goodbye, they call themselves the Mizgush tribe. I'll remember that.
I would have given the how do you do bye bye from the Oasis Eaters.
Okay,
Just as
they don't know what that means.
That's fine.
But yeah, but they can probably instinctually be like, okay, it's some sort of like farewell.
yeah.
Yeah, I would have talked inside all of their heads.
Would you
Bye all at
telepathically?
once.
Would you telepathically talk back to all of them? Is that what you're saying?
Uh, I think would that be a
I would definitely not do that.
okay? I won't. You're right. It's fine. I wanted to fuck around with them, but I don't think it's a good idea.
You don't have the level of chaos that requires that.
So you return back to Blue Crack, where you see that the remaining 95, or the remaining 95 Marines with Captain Ptolemy are on the beach. You see that the spare David boats, the rowboats, are being sent from George and Curious, sending over to ferry them over. And Captain Ptolemy says, "I take it that you've found what you were looking for.
Yes.
Did you? Okay, and I assume that we are still leaving,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes, they
Yes.
don't want you in the fort anymore.
Understood."
If you would like, we could collect the bodies here before we leave.
Yes, they are in the pits. We sort of disposed of them since we don't have need for them, but I can have my men fetch them for you if you wish. Is
I
there
just
all the
assumed
bodies?
I just assumed you'd want the bodies not to be here, knowing what the slot will do. But
Oh, I don't know what slots are or what they do, but
Oh.
if you think that we should take the bodies, then by all means, I will tell my men to get the bodies.
I just I figured it'd be you'd want to bury them somewhere else, but it is up to you all.
I figure we just leave and not deal with this anymore. But
That's- yeah,
if you want to give
yeah.
me the orders, Alex,
No.
That's fine.
No.
I will
no.
go into the place by myself. Did they collect the Dragonborn's body that I asked for?
yes.
The
Well, no, they threw it into the pit. So there's you can go and get it if you want.
yeah, I'm gonna go dig to the pit and find that body.
Gosh,
Oh
yes.
God.
You go into the pit, and it's obviously disgusting. You have to go and grab a couple bodies and move them away. You find this now stiffened body of the Dragonborn, terribly corroded and decayed at this point, since it's hot, super hot. You pull it out, it's just
I'm gonna
fly back with his body. Everyone's just like,
I'm gonna search around. Does he have the same like marking of when people couldn't speak about anything? Like when they had a curse that like the one guy who couldn't speak
No.
about he doesn't have anything like that?
Not to your
Okay.
knowledge, no.
I will take the body then.
Okay. To the horror of the Marines and to some of your crew members, you return with the body, and you have a company of Marines on board, and they basically just fill up. Captain Ptolemy gets down there with some of the Marines, and some of the Marines recognize Jared, and they're just like, "What is a traitor doing here?" But obviously they don't do anything. But yeah, there's a lot of people on the ship now.
I know what we're gonna do. Come on, guys, and I bring them over to the ale house.
Oh, this would be wild.
95 drunk Marines on their ship.
Yeah.
I will
Party
while they're
barge.
Party barge.
while they're busy getting
We
drunk.
finally made it.
Yeah.
Finally made it to the party barge. We've always at least I've always What do you say, Biz?
I while they're getting drunk, I will cast sending to Nobel and tell her that Blue Crack is no longer ours, and she should not approach it.
She says, "Very well. I'll meet you at Nirvana's fleet then."
Yeah.
Just
Okay, okay.
gonna get murdered.
As you were on the last moments of you taking the Marines onto your ship, and as you take anchor and start heading out to sea, You can see probably about 50 or so make their way from the jungle of these barbarians, raptors and cold bloods all in tow. And in the distance, on the far side of the castle, you see two very large, muscular frog creatures hop the walls. And these walls are like 60 feet high, pretty tall. I'll go ahead and show you a picture of what they sort of look like.
That one's name is Gregory, and the other one is Tim.
You telling this to?
I'm just saying it to whoever's next to me as we look over at them.
Oh God.
Yep, that looks like a Gregory. And a Tim.
I'm glad we didn't fight those.
Why? It would have been a worthy battle.
I don't care about worthy battles. I want to live.
I think it would have been a waste of time.
I mean, to be fair,
That
if you
too.
really wanted to live, there's a lot of choices you've made that have.
I still want to help some people, but I still want to live afterwards.
Sounds like the choices of someone who's on a road to the end times.
Well,
Okay.
Kumal, Narzan, and Steven are drinking a little bit more heavier than usual. Even Steven. A little bit saddened they didn't get their Raptors.
Mhm.
So they're taking it a little bit hard. Even Steven, especially Steven. He didn't talk to you on the rest of the way back, Tav. He's a little bit upset with you. He says,
Eh,
come on, Mom, you could have at least grabbed one of them. You're fast.
I'll vote for Steven.
Faster than most. Fastest sword in the West.
We're all
South.
drinking the same amount.
Steven's definitely not drinking as much as you guys. He's too small after like maybe half a pint, he's done.
I'll approach Steven and inside his head and say, next time we go out, you can ride on one of the troglodytes as long as you don't tell Ox.
You son of a
He
bitch.
he looks at you, and he's like, or he telepathically responds, just to let you know, I've already been doing that without you looking. Thanks for the offer though, Biz.
Okay, I'll tell him not to let you on then.
Damn it! I am cursed. I am the cursed one of the sand swimmers. I am the only cursed one. I get no fun. I get no happy endings. Pour me another ox.
Here you go.
Pass it out.
Yeah.
Why are we giving this child drinks?
He's not really a child. He's actually a rat. That's what I
He
say
fully
to him
is in
verbatim.
the body of a child.
Kamal's just like, you mean the war crime?
You walk and walk. Yeah. That's my walk. That's my walk and walk.
That's my walking war crime you're talking about.
That's my nephew you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's your nephew you're giving alcohol to.
Yeah, I'd rather he be drinking at home where it's safe.
we're not at home. We're on a boat.
Two Ocean, Two Walker. The Two Ocean, Two Walker feels very sad right now.
It's a second
Look,
home.
I'm tired of your judgmental ass talking about the things we should and shouldn't do.
Poor
Okay.
child.
You kept us. You kept us.
I
from
kept
so
what?
many good choices.
Well, you tell
With
me
your
which choices that I
stupid
keep you from.
logic.
There's
What-
a lot
what-
of just drunken arguing happening down low, which
Okay.
is not going to lead to very nice, sweet sleeps for the next day.
Yeah.
A lot of yelling, bickering.
Yeah, so I assume we're not going to Jeffrey tonight. Considering how
Dude.
drunk you've gotten.
Oh no, we
I
could
mean-
go. We could definitely
No.
go.
No.
I mean,
No,
Biz, you
bad
can just
idea.
go by
Yeah, I'm
yourself.
assuming I might just go by myself at this
You
point.
might as
really.
well, or take tab or something. Not odds.
Yeah.
Oh come
Definitely
on.
not Ox.
Let Ox
Okay.
get lost in Macerna.
No.
You already
we
lost
don't
the
have
sauce.
more
We don't need
time.
you to bring you with the sauce. Okay.
Self-embalming.
They call me Saucy Oxy.
Oh God.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Me neither.
I just remember, don't you have a curse on your ox with the sword always?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you still want to have that? I can
Well,
remove
the thing,
it.
if you can remove the curse without removing the actual powers of it, sure, but
What
if
are the
not,
powers
then no.
of it?
That's why it's so strong.
Okay. Yeah, I can't do that. So
Yeah, so no.
be my guest.
Yeah.
Always.
Always waiting for the next thing to happen.
You're weird.
No, that's rich.
I know I'm weird, but I'm weird in a different way. You're weird in a way.
Hey, that's judgy, and I'm not here for that.
Okay, you do whatever you want. I'm gonna keep reading. You have fun with your drinking and stuff.
Do you want to go visit Jeffrey, or you want to keep reading?
I want to go visit Jeffrey. That sounds fun.
I want to
All right.
visit Jeffrey.
You don't get to
No,
visit
you're drunk.
Jeffrey.
Why?
Too drunk.
I just imagine Biz just being like, yeah, sure, and then just doesn't allow me to teleport with him.
Yeah, he's don't you come with me. Oops,
Come
yeah,
on,
I forgot to
Ox.
let you
I
in.
was just kidding. Yeah. You son of a bitch.
They're just waiting
That's
for them
the
to come
last-
back.
The last betrayal I'll ever take from you, Biz. My
Uh,
words.
Biz
I
isn't
will
making
stay
it out of this adventure
you're
alive.
alive.
I will tell Bullard to stay and not to let anyone feed him alcohol.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone on the ship who could stop him besides maybe not even Godolina. They'd be maybe a worthy match, but I still give the edge to Ox because he's a strength-based character. Because Godolina's just gonna stay at range, just to be honest. She's not gonna go close combat with him. She's gonna sunbeam the crap out of him, if not do anything else magically, and then continue to fly and not go anywhere floating. You know what I mean? Like everyone else in the ship's just not gonna beat Ox. I'll be honest.
All right. Well,
Here's-
then Bullard's just standing on his head, I guess.
On who? Oh,
Ox.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He can do whatever to Biller. Biller will just come back if he kills him. Tries to.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we'll have
try to
to-
get
yeah,
Billard to
during the
drink.
No.
Biller's down to drink. Oh,
Yeah.
Biller,
I don't like
Biller
Biller
says never
drink.
mind. Biller says never mind.
Aw.
Yeah, Billard says yeah, and then Bismuth telepathically goes, "Don't drink,
No.
Billard."
Biller's like, I can't drink. I forgot that I cannot drink. Sorry.
He's so small.
Oh, man, do you think you can convince? Like it's just me like talking to Billard, be like, do you think you can convince him to stop being such a dick?
I don't know. He is my creator, and he can basically tell me what to do. He could kill
Sometimes
me
the
if he
things
wanted
we
to.
create can change us.
I will remember that. That is inspiring, Ox.
You're welcome.
Oh,
And I go
God.
start drinking
Don't-
and walking around the.
Steven's just like, you need to be your own. One day you should be free from business control. And Bill's just like, interesting. I will take all of this newfound information with a grain of salt.
Yeah, do that.
So even like, yes, Steven's just like, you should be free. You should be a free living creature. You shouldn't be dependent on Steve or on Biz.
And then he just passes out again.
Yeah. So there's a lot of influencing it. I will also say Billard's telling you all this, Biz. They say these things about independence and free will, Master. What does that truly mean for me?
Ooh boy. Yeah. Maybe that's a conversation where we get back
Biz
to the
number
ship.
Beta
Um,
Biz enters the conversation. He's like,
No, don't let him join.
I'm not helping you on this one. This is all on you, man. I'm just another copy.
Myth is like, whoa.
Oh God, it's all gone to shit. This whole
You should have taken me with you.
I will turn everyone against you now, even your own created child.
We'll talk later, Billard. I gotta talk to Jiffy for now.
I'm just gonna be having a conversation with Coralox, being like, "Hey, how do you give something that's under the control of somebody else free will?"
Harlock just looks at you and says, Ox, I'm not going to answer that kind of question.
Oh, why not? It's a really cool hypothetical.
It's a hypothetical that has hypothetical answers, and I don't know any of the hypothetical answers will help you. Because I feel like any hypothetical answer I give you is just going to give you an answer that you're just going to manipulate to your own agenda.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, you will.
You're not here. Shut up. You
I haven't left
teleported
yet.
away and betrayed me too.
I will say that like Gassan and Rakati will try to like keep an eye on Billard and just be like, come on, little one, you shouldn't be influenced by such people. And Narzan's just like, what'd you say, little guy? I will fight you for the respect of my master. And then Nikumal's just like, Ox is better than Biz. So now there's like bickering between the companions now. And like Vosu and like Givy are just like, we shouldn't get involved. We should not get involved. And Corlox is like, yes, you should not get involved for Taft's sake.
Hey. So I'm gonna let you get to them, but I'm going to organize Fight Club.
Oh God.
Captain Ptolemy Captain Ptolemy approves. He says that strong men are required to sustain the Marines' traditions,
Hell
and he will participate as well because he is drunk. So now there's Fight Club. Big. There's not even a Fight Club, dude. It's a melee.
Oh
There's a
god.
Royal
melee.
Rumble.
There's a SmackDown is happening on Two Ocean Two Walker. WrestleMania is now Two Ocean Two Walker.
Oh god.
All right. Meanwhile,
So you and Tav teleport to the cottage, the Seabreeze home.
Yeah, Seabreeze home.
Yeah.
As you teleport, it's pretty late, and walking through the doors, Biz looks like he went to grocery shop. He's like, "Oh!" He drops his groceries as you see you both teleport. He's like, you could have at least
Welcome
told
home,
me.
Jeffrey.
You could at least don't say it like that next time, Biz. Seriously, that is very creepy. Why can't you tell me ahead of time that you're coming? Just out of the blue.
I just assume I
Oh,
asked
I
you
dropped the
about-
quiche.
I'm sorry.
Not the quiche.
Ah,
What is your last
sausages
name?
have sand on them now.
Think about it. I don't know it.
Well, I don't know if you can eat. Sterling didn't eat. So I don't think you can eat.
Well, no. What's your last name? What?
I don't have a last name
You
actually.
don't have a last name?
No, it's
Oh.
just Jeffrey.
Hmm.
I'm an amalgamation of the elemental plane of air, Biz. I don't really have a family either. Not that I think about it. Do I have a family?
I'm sorry to make you go through this right now.
Yeah, I don't want to have this existential thought in my
I-
head, Biz.
Most people have last names here. It's not a usual thing for where I'm from, but
I appreciate it, Biz. Anyways, I'm assuming you're here for the scrolls.
yes,
It's in Sterling's room or your room if you want it, Biz.
I'm good.
It's up there. You want me to grab it for you? You don't have to go in there yourself.
It's fine. I can go get it.
As soon as you touch the door handle, you feel this weird sensation of like you're home, but you don't understand why. As you enter through, you vaguely see ethereal images of you going and sitting in the corner or looking out the window, but you don't remember any of those memories. It's like phantom you is like doing these things, but deep down you know that it's probably Sterling.
That's sad.
You see the corner like where Biz would or Sterling would normally you just sit down,
Yeah, it sits down, just sitting still,
Sitting
facing the rest
still.
of the room.
face the rest of the room. Anyways, the chest is on the desk that has not accumulating dust. You see that you can sense that Jeffrey's been keeping the place clean, especially Sterling's room since no one goes there really. Actually, none of you go to your rooms, so you can see that he's been cleaning.
Oh.
Yeah, I will say that there's still some effects from Sterling there. You know, maybe some ammunition. You know, he had like a little ammo desk where he made ammo back in the day. Maybe some books from the Empire are still there that he didn't take with him on the last journey he had. But yeah,
Aw.
you see the desk there, the chest is there, and you open it, and you see the scrolls. Highly potently magical. They are surrounded in divine magic. It's almost sickening to your Titan spawn, to Mind Rack, especially. He says, just close it and take it with you. Be done with this. It's sickening being around this radiance.
I'll pick up the scrolls. Stick them in my bag of holding.
Jeffrey is making looks like dinner, and he says, "Taff, would you want to stay for food? And maybe a drink of wine? Where's Ox?"
Well,
Hard
God.
cut back to a ship
Let me-
fight.
Tell me about my raptors.
Oh, God.
It's rapture time. You see him like make like a head of a raptor, and like Kamal and Narzanar's like his henchmen in like WWF is like their intro, their walk song, you know. God, it's just so bad right now.
Oh.
Give him the chair. Cage match. Cage match. Show me the money.
Well, Ox is
Drunk, probably fighting.
very drunk and probably fighting right now.
Okay,
Oh,
maybe it's best
no.
he didn't bring him. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's probably okay. He's probably having an existential crisis about now.
Okay, interesting. Pours you a cup of wine. And pours you wine too if you want a biz. Sterling never really told me if he enjoyed drinking and eating, but he could, but he never really did. So here's the glass if you want it. It's Elvin spice, it's Elvin spiced wine from
Mm.
supposedly from the Elder Realm. There could be a knockoff, but pay a could quite a bit of coin. You got these. Actually, he looks. He's like, actually, Kazi's the one that gifted me these. Ah, bless her soul. She is quite rich. I won't lie. Don't know where she gets this money, but she has been a valuable patron to the guild hall. She has donated quite a lump sum of money. Um,
Sunday vibes. I
That's
hate
your
you, Mike.
bodyguard, right?
hmm?
Alkazi? Is that your bodyguard?
No, she's a patron. She came referred from some of my other colleagues within the freelancer guild. Everyone sort of knows her as a patron of sorts, a businesswoman, a lot of coin, a lot of basically an investor. And I was quite surprised that she took an interest at our guild hall. She said that it would be a detriment to our society if the guild hall wasn't built back to its former glory. And I said, sure, I'll take the money. And I'm not going to be, I'll be honest. When someone presents you with 200,000 gold pieces, I'll take it. Um, but yeah, these are all bought from her. I don't know how she knew I was an avid drinker.
Oh God. I hope you have cut back a little bit at least, Jeffrey.
Yes, yes. I don't drink every hour. I drink every few hours now.
And that's at least a little bit better, but still, you have to. I don't know if you have a liver, but if you do,
I,
be careful with it.
I think I do. But yeah, no, it just helps with the stress that comes with the job. Being guildmaster has its perks, but it's it's hard. I miss just being your clerk and just, you know, not running a guild. But the paperwork has quadrupled, and I have to speak with dignitaries and patrons, and had to keep making sure we have money in the bank for us to keep funding. There are some more people who are joining for the freelancers here, Mr. Erno, which is great, and really it's thanks to your reputation as the Sandswimmers. It's really what's drawing a lot of people. So I'm happy to do it. It's just I miss you guys. I miss you guys being here. But I know you guys are doing important things over in the Tornadoes. I've been hearing so far from the Marines that the war is going well. Is the war going well? Or is it just more propaganda?
It's going pretty well. We
That's good.
have
The war against Nycerelia is essentially over. We just need to find her and Yalkates and
That's good. It's
finish
good.
it off.
That's good.
but
The
then we
war
have
against
the
demons is a bit different.
Yeah, I know. I'm really hoping we get back to the good old days. You guys just taking contracts and not putting yourselves in ridiculous danger, but in danger nevertheless. But
oh that
it's more accommodable, not like what you're doing right now.
yeah. It will probably take a little bit longer to deal with all that, but when we're done with that, I don't know about Biss and Ox, but I will come back and help you with this guild hall, make it better than the former glory that it was. But I will take a contract from you, and I will do the best job I ever had.
Thanks, Dev. I'm looking forward to that. No, I really am. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what you're going to do, Biz, what after these, and I don't know what Ox really is going to do. I would hope that all of you return, but if Tav's the only one coming back, I'm okay with that. Good news.
Well, Steven.
Well, is Steven going to be returned to his old form, or is he going to stay as an undead child? Which don't know how many still in the city still understand what that means because there's a lot of
Well,
it's just a lot of confusion, really. We need to really fix the image of the Sandstormers, honestly, once this is all done.
it's fine. If the
Yeah, you're
image
not the
isn't
one
right
doing
where
the
it was.
PR tab. I'm the one doing PR.
Yeah, but
It's a nightmare.
we just need a true resurrection,
You know how
and he will
awkward the
be.
conversation was with the Church of Palor saying, "Oh, how are the representatives of the Sandstormers? Oh, they're doing great. Yeah, Sterling's gone. He's not gone, I guess. Biz is his replacement. Tab's the same. Just
I don't
yeah, I
like being
think
called a replacement.
I didn't mean that, Biz. Okay, they want answers, and I don't know how to really put it. Besides you taking the place of Sterling as one of his true companions, and then there's Ox. It's hard to negotiate when you have to be somewhat honest with them, and that's how I want to do business. I won't lie. I've told them a little bit of what you've done, and they merely respect you because of your actions and how you get the job done. But realistically, I mean, the image is all basically based on your results. But when you look at you as the group as a whole, I mean, anyone can tell just how otherworldly you all are now. It's
Yeah, we have done a lot of stuff that I wouldn't say I'm proud of, but
Yes,
I've
you
got
would.
results.
look, it's the reputation. The reputation has already been established. We just need to do some collateral in the long run. Anyways, regardless, Tav, if you are coming back, I have good news. Madame Elkazi is probably our number one patron. She says that she might have some more lucrative jobs in the future, for all of you as well. And I think it would be good for all your futures if you would take at least hear her out. I've done my digging on this Madame Elkazi. I think she originates from the Tarak Empire. Not sure. She's into shipping and distribution of sorts. At least that's what she says and what people have said. But other than that, I can't find much about her. Regardless, she has money, and I won't lie. I don't know if the money she's given us thus far has been from credible and legal, but I'm not going to test her. And to be honest, the Ministry of the freelancers isn't. They're corrupt. The Raspian government's pretty corrupt already, so it wasn't my complete decision to take the money. I was sort of also pressured by my superiors to just take the money, since they're not going to give us money. But regardless, I think Madame Okazi will have some more for all of you if you're looking for it. I was hoping Knox would be here too, because I wanted to tell her that maybe even Madame Okazi has some information, maybe a way to free him from his bindings as well.
Okay, yeah. When we go back, we will tell him about that. He will probably be very excited and probably very drunk, so we'll see how he takes it.
I don't know about your condition, Biz. I know that you have that shard within you. I don't know what really happened between you and Sterling with the loss of Sterling, but Madame Okazi seems like the type of person who could help you as well. She says she has friends in Sigil, friends in the Outer Planes that may have knowledge on your on what you are now. She talked about some other things since I did technically give a little bit of information. I won't lie. She got me a little drunk. She has a couple of companions with her that are very persuasive. There's also this hunk of a silver draconian that goes around with her. I mean, he wields a great sword, beautiful white armor,
Mhm.
very persuasive. You would like him to have.
I already do,
I know.
but my heart is set on another.
That is
Yeah,
that is the first time I've ever heard Tab say that.
I believe his name was Gore. I could be wrong though. But regardless, I was too flush with wine at the point that I couldn't. I'm ashamed I couldn't keep my hands off him for a while.
Nice. Up top.
I'm a pervert. Wait.
A part of business is just very like jealous. He's like, whatever.
If you don't mind, Madame Okazi seems to be very knowledgeable about these things. She seems quite venerable. I could ask her about some things to help you in your fight for Prundus or fighting against the Hippos Corps. It's up to you. I'd rather not go. I'd rather not continue to spill beans on my team. But if it helps you, I could. I could. It's up to you.
You,
Say the word. I won't talk any further about you all to her.
I think maybe hold off on giving information, but if you'd like to set up a meeting, I think that might be beneficial for all of us.
Sure. I'll try to keep get in contact with her. She usually sends her agents, like that Gringram fellow. Though I'm really touchy about him since he's apparently a liaison to the Dragonborn Rebellion, which I don't want to really get caught up in, but He's quite capable, very friendly, very smart. Too young for me though, unfortunately.
Okay.
Least got some scruples. Go you, Jeffrey.
You see Jeffrey's already like 3 wine glasses in.
How about we hold off on the wine, Jeffrey?
Hey,
Okay. Okay. We need to get diamond and diamond dust also before we forget and just go back without it.
So we need 1,000 gold piece diamond. We already have one. And then we need 700 gold piece worth of diamond dust.
I can send word to the Merchants Guild, and I can also send word to Lord Pacano, see if he can make a tribute to the war effort. I'm sure Lord
And-
Pacano's would.
Oh,
And can you tell Ox, Lady Parkita sends her best, and he has free time, especially if this is all over. She would want to speak with him.
I will
Yeah,
relay
yeah,
that to him.
We
Maybe
will
not
find that.
tonight. He is very drunk. I
No,
think he might get
yeah, I'd best tell him
emotional
when he
about
is
it.
of a more stable mind. I don't want him
Okay.
going off, you know,
He's
killing
never of
people.
a stable mind.
Yeah, but
More
he's
stable.
How
incredibly
fucking
drunk
dare
right now.
all of you?
When have you been stable?
Look, this is just tea time, Ox. You're not here.
I know. Flashback. Ah!
Ah,
Throat.
my love.
People's elbow.
Do you smell what I'm cooking?
Sweet chin music, baby.
This is just getting relayed all of this from Billy. This is
Basically,
so
Biller's
confused.
become announcer. He's the I forgot what's his name, something King. He's like, oh, he took the chair. Oh my god.
He's the
Oh,
radio
no.
announcer in
Yeah, he's the
Bismuth's
commentator.
head.
He's the commentator of the fights right now. Oh no, the lights went out. Oh, it's the Big Show. Curious is just like drunk as shit. Ah! Yeah, by the time you get there, the ship's already sunk.
Also, other than the diamonds, I would like to ask for if you could look for a magic focus with my wand. I'd like one that would help my spells a bit more. This just helps when I'm using an attacking spell, but something that would make it harder for someone to resist my spell.
An
as well.
arcane. Oh, you're looking for
Like
an
a
arcane,
wand or
a
a
wand.
different arcane focus, whatever it may be.
Sure. To make it difficult.
I just want like I have a +3 wand, but it only affects my attacks. So there's something that would affect my DC as well.
Oh, I see. I will inquire about such devices. I'll send. Well, I can't telepathically speak to you.
Well,
Check.
you have a sending stones with me.
Oh, where did I put my sending stones? She goes into the kitchen. Or he goes in the kitchen. Ah, here it is. You can see that he's been using it as a paperweight. Sorry, you've just been telepathically messaging me lately, so I just haven't really been carrying this around. I'll make sure to keep it around more often.
Keep it on you, and
Um,
I'll use that to send with you.
I will. Yeah, I was gonna say you have a sentence though. You've been spending your spell slots.
I assumed I was using the sending stone this entire time.
No, you've been literally saying I'm gonna use a spell slot to send
Yeah.
sendings. Okay. Anyways,
Well, I will make sure to
yeah.
clarify next time.
Yeah. So anyways,
But
so
I
was
have
like,
a lot of money I could put on that arcane focus. I have the money for the diamonds as well.
understood. I will.
do that
I
to
will.
you then.
I will message my contacts. I'll even talk to Lord Bacon and see if he knows anyone within the channels. I'll speak to some of the guilds who've been here, some of the guilds and stuff like that. See what they turn up.
That'd be great. And then I don't really need anything else at the moment. Unless Tav has something she wants.
Not really. I don't think I need anything right. I have a lot of money, but I don't know what to use it on.
Would you like to invest in something today? I can take it to the
Want
one
to buy
of
some
the.
property?
I can take it to the Bank of Brosius with the Bakey families. Maybe make a savings account, invest in something.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Here you have 20,000 gold. Invest in whatever you think is best.
He drops his. He's about to pour another wine glass. He snuck another wine glass from you guys. He's like 20,000 gold piece.
That is about my budget for the wand, by the
You
way.
have 20 gold pieces. Okay.
I have totally I have 33,000, but
Wow.
it's probably for the best to invest, for
For your
my
future.
retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's more than I make in a year.
We need to
Way
get
more than I make in a year.
we need to get you a raise.
I only make 5K a year, which is a
Yeah.
lot. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money, but anyways, yes. Do you want to give her the 20K right now?
Yeah, I give him the 20K.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I will find suitable investment opportunities for you to have, and I will promise you, I found a good many of little penny pinchers that can definitely see this tripled, if that, if not quadrupled, within some time.
Ooh. Oh, that's perfect.
Well,
Well, thank you so
is there
much, Jeffrey.
any industries you don't want to invest in that I should know now before I go
Uh,
wild?
Not child labor, child soldiers. No, I
It's
already have too much
generally
of that.
despicable
I
things.
I
I
meant
mean,
respectful legal institutions
I
tab,
I
not
didn't imagine
underworld
he's gonna
syndicate stuff.
fund child labor.
I'm not actively looking for such things. I'm still trying to. I'm a business owner. I'm a government official. I can't be nefariously making these kinds of moves. So no, I'm
Uh,
not going to
It's
be
just in
definitely
Jeffrey, the leader of the guild hall, just
yeah,
invested twenty
investing
thousand
into
into
human
a
trafficking.
sweatshop. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, embezzling too while he's at it.
invest something in some healing stuff, like to better understand the body and to
Okay.
better remove curses and stuff like that.
Oh,
Can be useful. So
okay.
for the people of the world.
I will look at some institutions that I can invest money in. If you want, I can ask if I can invest in Madame Al-Qazi's caravans. They make quite a bit of money. I mean,
Yeah.
all I see is she walks around in platinums. I've yet to see her pull a
Who?
gold out.
Sorry, who is this Madame Alcasi? Yeah. I know
She's
you
a
said you. How did you meet her in the first place?
I met her through my superiors. Apparently, she knows my superiors. They were having a dinner when I was invited to, and she actually approached me. Seemed a great deal in a great. She seemed greatly invested in. Well, I guess not me in the Sand Swimmers. They say, from what I've learned, she is a basically a magnate, a business magnate,
Oh yeah.
distribution caravan. But apparently, she also likes looking for talent. So I feel like she has other businesses on the side that requires people of unique talents. I don't know what that necessarily means, and I really don't want to find out because, like I said, if a person pulls out 500 platinums to tip someone at a restaurant, I'm not going to ask questions.
Yeah, invest in her. Invest in her. That sounds like a great
Uh,
business
uh,
venture.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, it's your
I'll
money,
ask
I
about it.
suppose.
I will inquire. How about that? And then I'll
Yeah, no.
offer some responses from Madame Elkins.
Do you want
Perfect.
my gold for the item, or would you like me to hold on to it for now?
If you want me to hold on to the all 20,000, it's up to you. Unless you want to keep it until I find someone. It's gonna take me a little bit of time though.
I don't think I'll have a use for it out on the sea. So I mean, you can have,
Sounds good.
you know. So I hand him 21,741. This will also include the gold for the
Sure.
diamonds
Yeah,
as
I'll
well.
keep it locked away in your room, Sterling's room.
So,
Sorry. I'll keep both your locked up in your rooms here. I have guards that patrol around the neighborhood, so no one's breaking and destroying this house anytime soon, unless it's like a demigod or someone that you really, really pissed off, which I'm pretty sure most of those people are either dead or you're still fighting, so
Yeah, I think they're busy right now, not
awesome.
dying to us. So I think we're fine on that.
hmm.
But, it's a short
Yeah.
list of people alive, at
I can
least.
think of one group, but I wasn't there for it, so I don't know.
Jeffrey quickly actually leaves abruptly. He goes upstairs and you hear him go to Sterling's room and he walks down and he has a tablet. And you recognize this tablet, Biz, as a like it looks like a metallic a metal plate like of steel. And you recognize as that is a unique sending stone from the uh cyber. Those are typically used by your people, your order. He doesn't, he's like, I received this in the mail. I don't know what it means, but it was addressed to you. Biz. It was addressed to Biz and Sterling.
Sending it?
Then yeah, that's what it is to you. You know what that is. He doesn't know what it is.
I'll take it.
As soon as you touch it, you already know who it's from.
Is it from my father?
It looks like he's alive.
How'd that happen? I'll, I'll, I think I'll immediately just call it and see what happens.
There is no response, but there is a connection.
Hmm.
After probably a moment or two, the response from Father Talamek, and it is Father Talamek. He says, "When you've completed your mission, Biz, come find me back in uh, the sanctum. We have much to discuss, if you're willing. I know that your mission is no longer what it was originally, but tell Silver that I am well alive for the most part. And yes, I must keep this discreet. Yes, I am on the run, but it's nothing precarious and will not affect you or Silver. Just know that I am still alive and that I wish to speak with you one day. Maybe catch up. Take care, Biz."
I'll see you soon. This kind of starts dissociating in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I would assume so. And Jeffrey's like, "Is that supposed to happen, Dev?
Sunday,
I have-
Sunday, Sunday.
I don't know.
Are you okay, Biz? What is that?"
My father's alive. He saw his body. I don't.
Hmm.
I, it's great news. It's a lot. I didn't think. Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Well,
great.
a
That's great
live
news.
father.
That's great news. Silver will be overjoyed.
I, yeah.
Well, I can't
Great
call you
news.
Batman now.
Uh, huh. I'm sorry. I'll I'll put it in my
No,
pocket. It's
Oh.
for later. I
you're fine. Anyways, you staying the night or all
so
of you
they
immediately
apparently have
just
made a fight club back at the ship, from what Billy's telling me. And
oh, okay.
I have a feeling I don't really want to go back there.
You're always free to stay here. Any of you. Don't feel like you don't have to be here if I'm not here. This is your home, really. I'm just using it. It's free rent.
I have a feeling it's your home too.
Yes, no, it is. I have a room here too, but you can always come here whenever. You don't need to always see me. But I also insist that you do.
It's nice to see you, Jeffrey.
It's good to see you all. He gives all of you a hug.
Yay, hugs.
I hope you finish things in the Tornatal soon. I really want to get back to the good old days.
Yeah, we'll try to do it quickly, but can't promise.
That's true. Don't make a promise you can't keep. Just try to come back.
Can't promise.
I'll do what I can with the tasks that you have asked before me, and don't think I haven't been busy trying to help the war effort too. I've been trying to leverage some of the people along with Lord Pecans to get more to the war effort. I don't know if you've heard, but a small flotilla of ships are on their way to assist. I think a Vice Admiral Nikitas is out there waiting with a bunch of people. So I think those are his ships. So you'll be getting more resources out there. And I hear word that the capital is also mustering another army. Who knows if they're going to get there in time, though, but maybe.
That's good, at least.
Yeah.
At least one war is nearly over, and it's halfway to our goal. Uh,
Ah, I burned to my dinner. She's like, I've been drinking and talking with you this entire time.
Oh, Jeffrey.
It's okay.
Oh, God.
He was just too busy enjoying the moment. So, was there anything you guys want to ask Jeffrey? Or are you guys gonna stay the night?
You cool with staying the night, Tao?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm.
get beat up if I go home right now.
I
I
think
want to
that
have to start casting spells to stop him.
I think they can survive one day without us. Cut the next
Totally.
day, they're all dead.
Donalina is literally just beating the crap out of everybody. Just stop it. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Never.
Go to sleep.
Uh,
Now
They're
you're
doing fine.
Bismuth punches.
Chaos.
Uh,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
we're going to sleep, as Tav goes to her room, I'm gonna stop Jeffrey. Thanks for instead. I'm gonna after all this is done, he's gonna be back, I'm sure, and he really misses you. I think.
He's very confused. Like,
Don't ask me questions. I go back downstairs and sit in the corner.
yeah, you just leave Jeffrey, who's in his pajamas at this point, with a nightcap. And he's just like, what? Okay, I really need to stop drinking.
Oh, really?
Really, I think he does. All right, so you guys take a long rest. You two, Ox, you just take it later, so you're not waking up till like 10 in the morning or 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and take our break now. I know this one a little bit on, but we'll take a break now and come back in a few.
Alrighty. Break. Welcome back to Biscuit 10 RPG, everybody. We're back from our short little break here, ready to jump back into City of Illumination. One quick thing, if you've joined us in the middle of this, don't forget to check us out here, same channel, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, this next Friday, the 24th, to join us for Red to Black, our dive from Red Opera directly into Black Ballad. So, come on, join us. Mike, I'm going to eat my soup.
Thanks, Sean. Yep, looking forward to that next Friday. I can't wait to see what the Black Ballad is going to reveal itself, or at least the story, to some of my fellow party members and the new ones who recently played with John as well. But until then, let's go ahead and jump right back to City of Illumination. We catch up with Biz and Tav. I'm assuming you're going to teleport back early in the morning when you wake up.
Yeah, we'll say goodbye to Jeffrey and then
Okay.
teleport
Yeah.
out of there.
Jeffrey says to tell Silver and Godolina and Ox and everyone else as well that he says how he misses them. Hopefully this ends soon, so you guys come back to Macerna. As you teleport back, you arrive to a ship at anchor. It looks like the ship stopped at night. You don't know why. Should have kept going, but the shop definitely stopped because you don't see. Well, the first thing you see is a bunch of people passed out on the deck, except for Silver, Steven, Billard, obviously, and Prakati and Gassan, and obviously Orestes, who's down there, who basically just become a boulder that everyone just leans on. Little people talk to him.
Give him some sun.
Yeah, and your Trogonons. Your Trogonons are the only ones that's been out there. It looks like they're eating on a dead shark that they caught during the night. But yeah, everyone's passed out. Everyone else is passed out. It's around 7 or 8 in the morning. They're all still passed out. For you, Tav, you can just smell the booze coming from the deck below.
Oh, God, it seems to be some sort of club about fighting going on here.
Silver's like,
Shut up.
Silver's like, yeah, there's nothing we could really do about it. Once George got into the action, it was pretty much done. I would give him a few more hours until some of them start waking up, but unless you want them to drive the ship yourself.
The last time we did that, we crashed into a cliff. So we should probably let George handle the boating around here.
Within a few hours, Ox, you are the first to awake out of your stupor. Narzan and Kamal fall soon after, as well as the Marines and everyone else. Curious too. You see that Curious is covered in his own paint. He's just like, ah, shit. Next time, well, can you put in an order for Jeffrey for more paint supplies for the ship? Looks like we used it by accident to signify the teams.
I assume Ox has like red all over
Dude,
it.
yeah, there's like 5 different groups with different paint
Why
styles.
don't you just make your group blue? You're already feels like unnecessary to make yourself red after you're already blue.
I just look directly at Bismuth and go, shut up.
Tell me what to do.
So, not only that, it's not too much of a concern. You could probably haggle some resources from Nirbanu or Grand Admiral Braxis, but almost over 100 drunk people will tear into the food supplies. So, the 100 Marines definitely digged into your month's supply. But Captain Tommy's like the first. Captain Tommy is like the one covering like all kinds of paints, and he's just like, I will inform Commander Nirbanu to requisition some of her own fleet's resources and transfer it to yours as compensation. Apologies once again. I did not know. I did not know that Sarah Ox's backpack could produce that much alcohol.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I did not know that those things existed, and now I am scared of this world. Has anyone seen my axe?
Oh,
You see, there's a bunch of weapons on like where the crow's nest is, and you see like it looks like people were betting to see how far or like how many weapons they can get out there. Like it's like a basketball.
There's like a few like stuck into the
They're
mast.
stuck in the mast. Yeah, there's quite a many weapons stuck there. It was pretty bad this night. Uh, so yeah. So continuing on, It's only gonna take another half day. By the way, by that point, Tav, I will say, as you near the northern shores of Sussex, that you complete the story, and depending where you're at, the book doesn't do anything as soon as you read the last word, and you're like expecting, right? You're waiting for something magical to happen, but nothing happens. You close the book and you put it to the side, and you look back at what has happened or what you read of this triad named Aurelia. And as you're doing so, you finally notice that Supernal Clarity is not on your hilt. You look around the area for a while, and you stand up. As you're moving around, you notice that no one's moving. And like you walk up to the main deck, you pass all these people, you go up to the main deck, and you see literally everybody like frozen in time. And I forgot that Jason's there too and all that. So there, Jason didn't participate. Obviously, he drank a little bit, but he did not get into Fight Club.
Oh man.
But when you walk up, you look around, you see that the world around you has frozen in time. And you don't know what's going on until you hear a voice, and it's like you hear Jason's voice. It says, "Are you the one that has done this?" And you turn around, and Jason's the only one walking with you. He's like, "Are you the one that did this, Tev?
Well, I read a book, and
You read a
then,
book that allowed you to stop time?"
well, it was about my, oh, what's the word? Oh God, what's the word? It was the Supernal Clarity about that sword. I don't remember what.
Right, you're Richard Supremacy. I've been meaning to
In
ask you about it.
Supremacy. Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask you about that, but I think I sort of understand. You see that he has supernal clarity in his hands. Like, for some odd reason, it was near me, but here you go.
Take it.
I'm not gonna ask how that happened, but I am gonna say you should really take care of your weapon.
I don't know how that happened, actually. It
Probably.
usually comes back to me whenever it's gone, so I don't really know how that
Huh.
happens, but maybe it
Um,
senses something from you.
Maybe. I know a little bit about your instrument supremacy just based on folklore. I know it has something to do with time and the intrusion of minds. Mhm. I nothing more about that. I think maybe because I'm not affected by this, because I myself am a I dabble in chronomancy, so it was not too hard for me to break into this time stream, but you should definitely be a little more careful going forward with this.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool.
It very much is, Steph, but also quite dangerous.
It will probably be fine.
Look,
I'm completely confident that I will use this power for good only.
I have no doubt. From personal experience, I come from a long line of time wizards. Let's just say that getting stuck in this type of scenario could be disastrous.
Wait, I can get stuck in this?
Yeah, you get
Oh,
stuck in being paused in time, or worse, you could end up in a completely different realm of time, free of time. I don't think that would be the case with you because actually I don't know. I haven't studied your weapon, but I would just be more careful.
oh, okay.
Maybe practice with it sometimes. If you need someone to monitor you, I'm more than happy to watch and help you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
will probably get to that
yeah.
someday.
Time is a fickle matter, Tab. I wouldn't just graze over it.
Okay, that's a very good warning that I will probably forget about in the next hour.
I didn't need to hear that. Didn't need to hear that.
But
Uh,
thank you, guys. I will try to keep that in mind. And I'm gonna try and end this time stop now. Did anything happen?
You and Jay's look around. Nothing is still paused. Shit.
This is concerning. Okay, I'm gonna try a little bit harder this time with Stop. Or assume. Time? Are you there? Time? Please come back to me.
You feel something from Supernal Clarity. Are you holding Supernal Clarity?
Yeah.
Is it drawn?
I don't think so. I think I put it back directly, so I pulled it out.
As soon as you draw it, time resumes again.
Oh, so
And
that's how it works.
you see Jace just taking notes. Curious. Also, very concerning.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I have my temporal born background. I did a wisdom check. I made a 16, so I don't know what, but something's amiss with time.
Definitely it feels like it's sort of like deja vu, like before the time stop, you saw like maybe Narzan punch himself when falling because he tripped.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden time reverts back and then you see him do it again and you're wondering, didn't you just fall? Huh? Hmm.
It's nothing to worry about, Ox. I didn't just stop time. You don't have to dwell on that.
Jace walks away.
I
Okay.
literally
Why are you
look at
saying it like
Tab and
that?
go, okay, so I'm not usually the bearer of wisdom, but where I come from, be very careful.
It's fine. I can stop time.
Ox walks away.
It's it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna I'm I'm not gonna get stuck in time. I'm gonna be very responsible with this thing. Just so you know. Just so all you guys know. Everyone that's around here. I'm gonna be very responsible with this.
I look
Okay?
at Biz and I go, I don't think she's going to be very responsible with this.
Do you know how it works?
I have no idea. I read the
Okay.
book and then time stopped. And
It's-
Jace was there because he's a time wizard, you know. So
you didn't tell me
um,
anything, did you?
I talked a little bit with him about Supernal Time. Don't you
That's-
trust Jace? It's because he's an Imperial. Are you
Oh, that's
racist?
something.
Are you
No,
racist against Imperials?
he was once a part of the entire organization that destroyed my life.
Okay,
He
yeah.
said he's not part of it anymore, but how do we know that's true?
Okay, yeah. You're right about that. But you gotta have some.
No, I don't. I don't have
uh,
any trust in that man.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But still, I can stop time. Isn't that awesome?
I don't know. I don't like how both of you looked at Ox when you said that.
I can stop you from doing stupid stuff, probably.
I sounds cool. I hope you find a way to control it and figure out how it works. Because as it is, so wait, hold on. So what happened? So you stopped time after you read the book,
Yeah.
and then what? You talked with Jace.
Supernal Clarity wasn't on me. I walked up. Yes, has Supernal Clarity. It was near him. We talked a little bit about it, about time stop, that I can be trapped in time and stuff like that. He warned me about it, blah, blah, blah. I put through Supernal Clarity and time resumed. It's fine.
So is it so the hmm. Do you have to keep it drawn at all times, or
I'm gonna put it back. I think it's probably not gonna be like that. I think I need to will it into existence, I hope, and it's just not like while I'm sleeping, time stop. Oh God. It's- You don't have to be so dramatic about it. And I'm just inside, I'm freaking out. Just putting on a calm demeanor. It's fine. It's
okay?
fine.
You're sweating a lot there, Tab.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It is pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Okay, let's move on from this.
As that conversation sort of sort of begins to end, you can all see the large flotilla of around, I think, 12 ships that remain of Nirvana's fleet. Let's see. 14, 13. Okay, yeah, sizable. Um, about 27 ships. Most of them are out at sea, anchored, and there's only a couple that includes Norbandi's flagship, that is laid anchor closer to the shore. Making your way, obviously, they all know what the Two Ocean Two Walker looks like. You're going to run up close to her ship, or you're going to take a rowboat to it, or you're going to fly over there, I guess.
I'm gonna let George decide.
Doesn't really matter. George can park it up close, or you can take rowboats.
Perfect.
Let's get close.
We might as well park up close because we have 95 Marines on our ship. And I feel like
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
He was George was gonna drop him off at the beach. He wasn't gonna ferry him like he did last time. He's gonna tell him to get on the beach and get the hell off. You guys are too rowdy for him. So Captain Ptolemy thanks you all for taking his men from Blue Crack, but also for the wonderful time last night. Though he apologized for his men's behavior.
I look directly at him like I still don't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't mention you. He takes responsibility for his men. He just takes it. And he makes his way with his 95 men. All are very haggard. You can see Commodore Dabani with other officers. One of the officers, a very large, imposing Minotaur woman. She stomps off the flagship of Nirvana, gets on a boat and starts barking over. He's like, "You all look like shit. What the hell is this? Some sort of bachelor party? Get your uniform nice and clean and get out there for a dress." And so you see the men mustering on the beach, they're all hungover. It's not, it doesn't look good for Captain Tommy, but yeah, that's happening.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna like when we get to Norbano and be like, hey, can you have her take it a little easier on them for the day?
So as you park right next to the flagship, um, get the game planks and you walk over. I'm assuming just you guys with Golina.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Norbana's over there with her officers, and you tell her that, and she's just like, "What happened?"
We were celebrating life.
She looks at Godolina. Godolina's like, "I will tell the lieutenant to. I will inform the lieutenants that Captain Ptolemy's company will be unable for field practice today. Give them another day's rest. They've earned it. So, what happened in Blue Crack?"
Well, stuff.
Jesus Christ, Tav.
really, come on. There were the uh freeborns were occupying it, and we cleared them out. And then your navy came in, but then some locals wanted the fort back, and they
Hmm.
attempted to do so by force. So we cleared all the navies out so they could have it.
Let's
So
just
we lost Blue. So Blue Crack is not in our possession.
It's not in our possession, but I don't think
I don't think anybody else wants that, trust me.
This local tribe, they're that dangerous?
they had two large what are they called, slots with them.
Two of the officers are just like eyes widen, and Nirvana's like, "What's a slot?"
She has one of them. I don't really know, honestly.
I just look at Nirvana and Nirvana in all seriousness, and I go, you ever seen a frog that becomes bipedal? Looks like it never skips leg or arm day, but it
No.
uses magic on top of it.
No, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah. From what I gathered, it seems that they are working not necessarily together, but they're of use to the tribe, and they would have far, unfortunately, outmatched the gentlemen and women of the Navy that were stationed there. We already saw evidence that they did quite a number just retrieving the food. Oh, they're
Look,
no fans of demons either, so they're not going to side with them.
personally, if that's the case, if you believe that this island is not accessible to neither us or the Freeborns, then I can accept that. Especially if it's for the locals. I have no qualms with the locals. I would rather not intrude on their domain, but I serve the military and I must go where the military sends me. I will have to come up with some sort of report to inform Grand Admiral that one of the largest islands in the tornadoes will not be under control. But I'm sure I can figure something out, especially from what Captain Ptolemy and his men will say as well. I'll get information from them. But I just want to ask, are you sure that the island will not be influenced by the Hibis corpse? You believe that this tribe and these monsters that they have are capable of fending off any freeborns from coming back?
Freeborns, I think, yes, they've lost a lot of their power. But
And the demons too, you believe. You
I-
believe the Hibis corpse won't come here either.
I don't think that the Hibis corpse would see it as something that they'd want to trouble themselves with.
It's good enough for me then. I believe you. I just need to convince the Grand Admiral. Don't worry, I'll take the lashing from Grand Admiral when I tell him this, but I'm sure he'll listen.
If you need someone to take the lashing for you, I'd like to see him try. I don't know. I'm a little bit punch drunk from last night, but I got your back.
I can see that. Thank you, Ox. Thank
Of
you,
course.
all of you. Thank you for bringing back my men. Captain Ptolemy and the Marines were definitely important to us. So this
Ooh.
Admiral Jared. Oh, what's up?
I thought of it. By not having to worry about that island, you are not spreading your forces as thin.
That is true. Unfortunately, I did find reports this morning that the 23rd Freeborn Fleet, the very fleet that besieged the Faildo Isles that started this whole thing, is on its way here. And I'm taking the initiative to engage them out in the open seas. They outnumber us, but I believe that we can still defeat them. Regardless, I will be having to leave the Tornadoes for a moment to engage them. Anyways, depressing matters then. With Blue Crack and Cestix Island behind us, what about this Admiral Jared?
He's below decks.
Is he drunk?
No.
Yeah.
I gave him a. I
Oh,
gave him a
someone
little
gave him
bit.
it, which
Like
they weren't
it doesn't
supposed
matter
to.
what it was. I was just gonna say no anyway.
For sure. Walking up in chains is Jared walking up with Narzan and Kumal, who are still pretty hungover, but they look pretty good. They throw him onto the deck, and Commodore Nirvana was like, "Admiral, it's good to see you again." And Jared looks up on all fours, and he's like, "Urbanu, Commodore, huh? Yeah, you're worth it." So, did the Sandswimmers talk to you about and she replies, "Yes, I have agreed to run such an operation. Though I will tell you now, I will not inform Grand Admiral about this. I don't think he would approve of it, but I believe it could help us. So I will take care of it from here. No need to worry yourselves with Jared. I'll handle everything else." Jared looks at you all. He looks at you, Ox, and he says, "Thank you. I'll try to sway as many of my former comrades as I possibly can. At least tell them to flee, at least, to not support the war effort. That should help you all." And Captain or Commodore Ron was like, "Yeah, unfortunately, we still have the Hibis Corpse I'll deal with. I just got a report last night saying that there are more lichens and demons now running amok on Zehe. Seems the Freeborn are now holding up in their forts and fortified towns as stronghold. The island's probably running wild with lichens. Reports of were rats, were boars, werewolves, and the like. Some reports of were tigers. There's just a whole heaps of lichens. I don't know where they came from. It has to be from the Hibis corpse somehow.
Now, they are curses, right?
Technically, yes. Lycanthropy is a curse.
Hmm.
Well, Shad sent word yesterday afternoon that he'd be here within a couple of days, at least at his supposed base camp that his Arbites have set up down on the southeastern portion of the island. The Grand Admiral and the main fleet are still about 4 days away. They are a large fleet, so they are taking their time. But until then, I wish you all good luck in finding wherever this secret ritual place is. Do you have any clues on where to start?
Biz.
Well, it's something, yeah. We know what it's called, loosely, is the road. I think
Grotto of Spirits.
Grotto Spirits, yeah. We know it's there. And we know that a lot of the Freeborns have not been aware of this place and that Yalkates is escaping to there. Um, I have, well, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to answer the questions I have about this. I'm not going to bring it out, but I do have a uh, deceased Dragonborn man who was playing both sides. He was a freeborn, but he seemed to be also some sort of demon cultist. He summoned demons. But I don't know if that's related to this at all.
Interesting.
Let's see what else we got. No.
He's probably
Uh,
pickled right now.
Did we get the island where the grotto's on?
It's somewhere on Zae. The
Oh, yeah, it
island
is
is
on
on
Zahe.
Zae.
Alright.
You just don't know where.
So yeah, we know it's somewhere on Zehe. We just gotta figure out exactly where. It's the issue.
Jared does speak up. He says, "I would recommend interrogating Commander Yumesh. She's probably the only one who has any close enough information in regards to what you're looking for. But it wouldn't hurt to interrogate the other commanders on Zehe as well."
Sounds good.
And Godolin is like, "We should also probably try to interrogate and capture some Zim." Actually, no, Godolin doesn't say that because she doesn't believe that's the case. Actually, what's it? Sorry.
Are they spread out or are they enough for the stronghold?
Commander Mesh is at Az Stronghold, which is at the center of the island, so fortified. I know of only two other commanders on Zehe. One is Commodore Kusakis, a tiefling man, former Imperial as well. He commands the now turned eastern fort on the eastern side of the island. And then there is a Commander Fidoku. He's the one that's in charge of Dragonrot Harbor or Dragonrot Port, which has been turned into a seaside fortress. Those are the only three commanders that I know of left here in the Tornatals, besides Ekhaug Isle, but I don't know how that's going over there. Last time I heard, the whole island is just infested with demons and other occult type activities. Godolin sort of curses under her breath, so the Hippus courts must have taken over Ekhaug by now.
Yeah.
So our options is Imesha as Stronghold, Fidoku at Dragonrot Port, and what was the second one?
Commander Kusakas at the Freeborn Fort. It's on the eastern side of the island.
Just out of curiosity, is there a secret entrance to the middle of the area?
To
get
a
in-
stronghold.
Yeah, the stronghold.
I have not been there. I've not been stationed on Zahe Island, so I wouldn't know, unfortunately. Maybe the other two commanders would know.
Perfect.
And Urbano says you should also meet up with the Arbites over at, I believe, Ekmonu. The Arbite is the one that has established camp for Molshad's team. If you head there, they may have more information on the rest of the defenders here.
Yeah, we should probably head to them first and talk to them to see what they know about the possible locations for this grotto. Because that is our main objective, I would say.
Yes. Let's go kick some ass.
Well, very well. Well, I'll leave it to you, Sandswimmers. I'll try to finish up with the Freeborns out at sea and return back to the Tornatals to help with the war effort. I hope to see you all on Zehe Island, if not on Ankhauk Island when we finally defeat the Freeborns. And then Gordon Leosor brings up, we'll probably defeat the Freeborns on Zehe, but we'll wait for your return, Ivano.
While we're here on her ship, I'm gonna just go like rip a plank off the ship.
Her quartermaster, her boatswain's like, excuse me, what are you doing?
I need this.
I love his lack of explanation on
Nurbanu knows what you're doing. He's like, it's okay, boatswain. He can take it. Boatswain's like, but I don't get it. And she's like, you will when the time comes. Next time, just ask, Biz.
It's
He's not good on
self-explanatory.
communication.
Jace will walk forward. He says, Commodore Nurbanu, I am Sarah Jace from the Imperial capital. I was wondering if I could join your ship as an attaché. I am a scholar, and I was looking to just tag along. Commodore just gives him a skeptical look. In Imperial.
Biz is shaking his
Attaché.
head in the background.
So Biz is saying no. Tab is I don't know, and I'm just like, yeah.
Nurbanu and obviously the officers are like, what's an Imperial doing here? And Nurbanu's like, I'm sorry, who are you? He says, I am Meister Jace Paradigm. I hail from Torcon. A nobleman scholar, but mostly just in my days nowadays, a writer. I'm looking for stories. And she says, Paradigm. Are you the same family that owns that special shop in the capital? Yes, the Invisible Quill. Yes, yes. She's like, heard of that place. It says that you have what was that book called? The Tales from Anzoria? He's like, yes, yes, the magical storybook. Yeah, yes, yes. My family has that. Okay. This may prove more lucrative for our war efforts, Meister Jace. Yes. He seems confused now because he doesn't know what Nurbanu's angle is now. He's like, is that a yes, Commodore? He's like, yes. I would also like to know more about your family and their finances. He's like, yes. If money is an issue, then I can accommodate. If it means I can watch and observe how you all operate out here.
I just whisper, like very lightly at Biz, this is how you use people.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Jace is like, and Nirvana's like, then we have a tentative deal. I will inform the Grand Admiral that there is a paradigm aboard my ship, just for security's sake. You are still an Imperial, and many of us here in the continent of Brazil obviously do not trust the Empire. He's like, of course. And she says, you also don't look like a normal noble, just by the way you're dressed, your items. You must be an agent of the Empire of some way. Looks back at Biz and Silver. I am a former IMF mage, if that's what you're asking. I see. Well, you can talk to my quartermaster here, who will get your financial information. I mean, information in regards to your family, and we'll see where this will go. Meister Jace Paradigm. Yes, Commodore. He looks back at you. Didn't know Nurbanu was like this.
I
your
just
companion's
do
like-
the same thing I was doing to like Nurbanu. I'm like,
Jesus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he said he bossed you all
Sit
this.
down.
Thank you for taking me all this way. I will be sure to well, I will remember these memories fondly. Tev, seriously now, be careful with that.
Yeah, I will be careful with the time stuff thing. It will probably be no problem at all. Probably. You know.
That I was like, time?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I can stop
Perfectly
time.
capable, Mr. Jace Paradigm.
I can stop time.
I can stop time. It's no.
But I was like, you know what? It's best that I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
I activate my bracelet to order new clothes.
Sure. This only cost you like 5 gold.
That's
If
fine.
that.
Perfect.
Hey, you want the same
Yeah.
getup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 gold.
My fancy pants and my
Awesome.
fancy shirt. Yep.
Cool. So with that, Commodore Novato says her goodbye, and you guys board the 2 Ocean 2 Walker, and It's around midday, past midday, around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What do you guys want to do? Head to Zehe or head to the camp? Or you want to head to the camp or whatever? What do you guys want to do?
We should
We can
go
go
head to
wherever, but
Akimono.
I'm gonna try to convince Tav to use the time magic to see if she can pull one of us in with her.
I was told to be careful about
Incredible how
this.
the moment you learn she has a very powerful force of magic, you're like, well, what if we could abuse it?
Yeah. I mean, what's better than taking the big smashy guy with you? Come on.
We can try that later. I want to get a hang of it first. So
Practice makes perfect.
I'm not gonna practice with you in this because you're a wild magic barbarian and you don't know what will happen.
I don't have to rage.
You don't know if it will happen. A magic intertwining and
I mean,
And we
to be
both-
fair, the only time that has happened is when I rage.
yeah, but I'm not gonna share it with you. I
You're-
can share it with Biz if he's into it.
Oh, Jesus. Whatever. Fine.
I am curious
Or
about
Carlox.
This
That's
is why
awesome.
you're not my best friend anymore.
There's other reasons for that. You know it.
it. And who is your best friend now, Ox?
Steven.
Ah, yeah, back in the circle.
Come on, Steven. We're going to go drink and have
Woo.
fun with the boys.
Hey, Ox.
Yeah.
Since we're best friends now,
Yeah.
I'll try to learn the secrets of time stopping too.
Perfect.
I'll let you know
Awesome.
once I master it, of course.
Knowing full well that he's probably never going to learn it. I'm just like, all right, you do that.
Hell yeah, I'm back on the team. He flicks off. Narsonic Claw. They're just like, we're gonna beat you up, little man.
I
yeah?
literally go, they will.
I'm gonna
beat
turn to ash and then suffocate you in your sleep. And they're both like,
Oh.
holy shit. Okay, we were just kidding, Steven. Like,
you." I look at Steven and I'm like, I'll beat the shit out of you.
you can try.
Poor
I'm not even
drink.
What is
joking.
Poor
wrong with all of
drink.
you?
Look, man, I'm not alive technically.
You don't have to stay not alive technically either.
Shit.
What?
Takes a swig. Let's do this.
Have
Ashen
stop my
Wolf, help
child.
me. Ashen Wolf, help me.
I have the feeling that this is the one time Tav's gonna be like, he's my boy, but he did this to himself.
Godspeed, Steven.
I mean, you're not gonna stop him. Okay.
So,
He'll be fine.
where you guys heading?
Let's
Yeah.
head
Wanna go
to
to Akimono first,
yeah.
and see what he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, Molshi had told you that Akmonu and Zuvex were sent ahead of his ships.
Perfect. Let's do this.
We'll go to his camp. Or I guess do I need to message Moshi about where it is exactly, or
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Nirmana points you. She'll show you a map. She'll point out to you. It's on the southeastern tip of Zehe Island.
Perfect. I just want you guys to know the closer we get to this island, the more likely we are probably going to run into one of those stupid perpetuals. So be ready to murder.
Okay.
Everyone's like, sure. I didn't know we were in trouble already.
I'm gonna be completely
I
honest.
have a feeling
with you,
they're
I
gonna come
don't
at
think
us
we've never
straight
not
on.
been.
I think they might take more like the other perpetual. I don't think they're gonna come right at us. At least the stone one.
Some of them seem to be more bloodthirsty than the other ones.
But the one that can turn people into stone. That feels like a
That one feels like it's going to be personal.
yeah. I don't think he's gonna just jump onto the ship and start trying to turn as many people to stone. I think he's gonna try to get like you first or something.
Yeah, Tav.
I was talking to you, Ox.
Oh.
No.
dismembered his body. I think he might have a bit of a grudge.
Wuss. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Yeah,
All right.
let's just go. I,
I assumed we were having this conversation on the way.
no,
Yeah, you
tell
guys
us
are.
upon.
You guys are.
Okay.
So it's gonna take you guys. Let's see. Can you have George make a survival check for me?
I can have him do something, sure. Let's see. That is a 13 plus George. What is George?
He does have proficiency, I think.
Yes, that is a 19.
So as you're probably sailing late into the afternoon, um, you will ask George, and George says it should only probably take us 3 days with the wind we currently have. But by the time you guys make your way, after sailing about what 4 or 5 hours, the water becomes very choppy. You can all see that the water, which was somewhat calm when you left the northern tip of Sestux, has become a lot more turbulent. And George sort of speaks up, says, "This is very odd. Water currents just sort of change out of nowhere. I recommend everyone just be on your foot. Maybe have some guards to late at night for shifts. Maybe switch with me too. We can't just sail this calmly for our remainder of our trip." And you see George's when he says this, he is quite perplexed at the sudden change in the weather.
This can't be good.
I
Yes,
thought we
Cat.
killed that thing's kid. Does Nicerella have another child?
I think it's nice Aurelia herself.
We are on the island where her ritual is being prepared.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably gonna be.
even on the side of your ship where your 25 Trogdons are swimming, typically they can keep up, but you notice, Biz, that they're struggling somewhat to keep up with the currents. What's their swim speed? 50, 40,
Let's see. Troglodons. They have a swim speed of 30.
30. Even with their swim speed, you can see that they are lagging behind the normal. Typically, they'd be actually trudging just as fast as the two ocean two walker, but you can see that a vast majority of them, maybe like 15 to 16 of them, are relatively behind the two ocean two walker, with only a handful on either side of your ship,
Hmm.
pointing that the waters are a lot more turbulent than normal.
Might need to bring my boys onto the ship.
You know how heavy that is going to be.
25 big crocodile boys.
Each of them probably weigh half a ton to close to a ton, and your ship definitely can't hold that many.
Well,
It could hold some. I'm not saying it can't hold any, but you already have Orestes down, who is
hmm.
also like 5 tons or like 3 tons.
Oh God.
He's
But
made of fucking
he's made of
rock.
rocks, yeah. Do I think they might be faring better if they just went onto the land and just try to travel
Well,
across like the shore?
you're
We're in the
not
middle of the
on.
ocean
Oh,
right
not
You're in
we're
the
now.
not there
middle.
yet. Okay.
You're in the middle of the ocean still, man. It's gonna take still a couple days. Well, maybe longer now that the weather's gone taking a turn for the worse.
Hmm.
Regardless, all I'm saying is that it's gonna slow down the
This is gonna slow
pace.
them down.
Yeah.
Just slow. Well, yeah, it's gonna slow them down severely. The ocean two walker, maybe there is winds, but who knows? Like one of you brought up, you killed the Charybdis, but at the same time, Australia is still a Triton deity. She is a evil sea goddess.
Hey, where's your friend, Biz?
Nobel,
Yeah.
she was going to meet us at Nirbanu's fleet. That's why I took a plank.
Yeah, and that then she suddenly appears on the side of her ship. And your Trogodons notify you that there is a beautiful woman, another fellow Titan spawn, and you don't know what that means. So late at night, around 10 p.m., Nobel appears finally to you. And she says, "I'm sorry I couldn't get there in time. The water has changed. There is something terrible happening on Zehe Island. Probably Nice Early is doing. I got caught up with the water, but I'm here now.
That's good.
I don't have much time, honestly. I actually have received word from my deity that I have a mission. Well, I received it through a vision on my way here. but I did wish to speak with you before I left.
Of course.
Everyone's just like, "Who the hell is this?" Oh shit! Hello.
Ox.
I
Under
I will.
list.
This is probably no part with no one is there, but I'll try to go to like a more private corner of the ship.
Well, I mean, there's space now.
Yeah,
Now there's 95 people anymore.
like below deck or something.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, I'm glad you were able to make it. Uh, yeah, the weather isn't
Mindrak
great
does. I will tell
today.
you what. Mindrak hates her. Mindrak absolutely despises her.
This is
Um,
doing his best to ignore it.
yeah, Mindrak absolutely despises her because Mindrak tells you he thinks that she is arrogant. She thinks he thinks she is superior because her deity, her Titan spawn deity, is now divine, and she says that it's just a bunch of nonsense. But I just wanted to remind you that Mindrak does not approve of her whatsoever. She says, I made contact with the D1. I wanted to speak with him on some certain matters in regards to our Pantheon, since Nicerelli is technically our Pantheon. But I just wanted to see how everyone was doing, and obviously I wanted to talk to you and speak with you a little bit on your newfound abilities. And I wanted to thank you and let you know that me dying wasn't anyone's fault. Purely, I should have been more prepared, but I still feel a little bit of bitterment for allowing um, uh, Laguna perish as well. I feel somewhat of responsibility of that. I've yet to approach Ox to apologize because I am still a little bit saddened by those events.
I think Ox has made his peace. I bet you should not blame yourself for a
Don't you
enemy
fucking talk for
who.
me.
All right, well, Florian, you can come down here and say it yourself. Uh, but it is not your fault. We should have seen it coming. We should have brought more people with
Hmm.
you.
We now know, well, now I know of the threat that is the Hibis corpse. You have always known, but it's no one's at fault. I am happy that you say such kind words. I hope to hear such kind words from Ox when I do approach him. But as of right now, I cannot. I have more pressing matters to attend to.
Um, just so you know, so you don't cough right again. There are two perpetuals wandering around. Um,
I have heard. I saw the encampment by Molchiad's crew. Um, I heard whispers. There's a lot of talk of demons and lichens. You should be more worried about yourself since I believe you're heading that way.
yes, we plan on meeting up with Akmanu once we get to the island. Uh, you're nearing our goal, but we need to find where they are doing this ritual.
I hope you do find it as fast as possible. I know I wanted to speak with you personally on your shard, and as soon as she says shard, mind track, like, just kill her already. I don't want to talk to this person anymore.
Good thing you aren't talking to her.
And you actually, as you're talking to it, she enters the conversation with you two. She says, I actually can talk to both of you. I am divined by my own time spawn deity, and Mind Rack's like, stay out of this conversation, wench. And she looks at you and says, look, I don't know much about these shards of creations. All I know is that my deity is a Titan spawn and that my deity has achieved divinehood. I believe that if a Titan spawn can achieve such a position, and even Mindrak's just like, don't tell my host lies. Titan spawn are Titan spawns. There will be nothing more. Yours is just a glorified messenger from the divines, nothing more. She continued on saying, look, the great white whale has many to offer, and I hope that when this war is over, that maybe you can come find me and you can see for yourself that there are different ways in interacting with Titan Spawn. I see that you have a following around you, and all the Trogodons like, ah, ha, 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 hello. Um, but I I want to help you, uh, Bismuth. I know how it feels to be alone in a world that doesn't appreciate what you are and what you're capable of. And once again, Mind Rack's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, this stupid, pathetic creature is trying. She's gaslighting you. Don't listen to this bullshit. Um, and she can hear him. You can sort of sense that she can hear him. She speak in when she telepathically talks to you. When she does, she telepathically, but when she's talking to you in primordial, which is now sort of a correlation that you can talk that people who can speak primordial can speak to Mind Rack as well, or Titan spawns in general. It's sort of the natural way of talking through creatures. It's primordial, since Titan spawns were created by the primordials. When Mind Rack continues to like antagonize her about the great white whale Yavia, um, she does not like that. But she continues to say that if Yavia can transcend the ideals of Titan spawns, of its ultimate directive as a creation of the primordials to divinehood, something that is completely opposite, right? The primordials created the Titan spawns to fight the gods, to fight the ascended. But if the ascended are graceful enough to allow one of their own to join the divinehood, then why are we at odds? Why can we not coexist? Um, She goes on to tell you that from what little she knows that the Shard of Creations were never truly perfect, which pisses off Mindrak. He's like, I'm perfect. I'm the greatest of all the shards. Um, she tells you that the shards created weren't perfect. They were created hastily by the primordials in their fight during the Sundering Wars. Yavia, her deity, is one of the few that managed to find higher purpose. And she hopes that maybe one day you and Mindrak can truly become one and maybe actually grow and evolve from that. She doesn't really know what you are more so nowadays because you know that you are definitely different. There is something different about you. Maybe because there's part of Sterling in you, or maybe that you have this conscience that allows you to control your chart of creation more seamlessly than other Titan spawns and Primal Guardians. Like for example, the squid tree, the tree squid Primal Guardian, the one that you have yet to talk back in or to call upon again. He had control too, or it had control too, but not as like you. I mean, your power is exponentially vast compared to others. Um, but she says that you should consider reaching out to her with her people. And if you let her, she takes her hand and wishes to put upon your heart, your chest, where your heart would be, like a humanoid. And she will tell you that I can feel Sterling inside. He is still there, if that brings you any comfort. I don't know what your plans are if you wish to continue to live this sort of dichotomy of a life, but maybe there's a future where Sterling returns. Who knows? My deity does not have all the answers, but I believe we have more answers, or we have more answers than you. We have more answers available than from most places that you would try to find those such answers. Um, is there anything you want to ask me, Biz?
Yes. I I know he's in there. Uh, and my plan is I do want him back. I want to get him out. Guess I just understand enough to feel comfortable doing so without if I get him out and then that's what's that's what lets the shard take over completely. And I guess I just want more answers on what's going on with me. I know you're not probably able to provide those, but if your
No.
people could,
I believe we may have some answers, but not all. But I think we could also point you in the right direction. That I can assure you. I'm My people are always here just to help. The great white whale is an embodiment of a guide for those who are misguided or those who are lost. I believe that you are lost, and I want to help you find your path again. Doesn't have to be with me or with Yavia. I just want you to get back on a path that you are comfortable with and that you can live the rest of your life with. I think anybody would want that. A path that they're proud of and that they are certain of. Because I sense a lot of uncertainty in you. I'm not a Jedi Master. I'm just saying.
These are not the shards you were looking for.
Uh, yeah, I guidance would be appreciated. I
Mindrak's like, guidance? You don't need guidance. You can guide yourself. Stop believing this hogwash. For Christ, for Paylor's sake, she reveres a white whale as a god.
I think
That's your worst argument
if
yet.
if you ignore the
Who
rock inside
worships
my
a whale?
chest,
Tell me. Anyone in this world who worships a whale besides these people? No one.
these people. What do you mean?
Yeah, people who worship a whale for guidance. I don't know how insane that sounds. I would assume it sounds insane to most people. It's like worshiping a squirrel. What is the squirrel going to offer you? Nuts? What's the whale going to what's the whale going to provide for you? Krill? What's krill used for you?
If you ignore him,
I'm trying. Your
I would
shard is
appreciate the help a
very
lot.
emotional, very
Very arrogant. Yes.
broken. And Mindrak's like, don't you fucking say I'm broken.
Somebody's deep in their feels.
He's like, I believe every shard is broken since every shard is from a larger shard. At least that's how the scripture goes. Mindrak's like, I am my own. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I think I will contact you all. I would like more answers. Um, the luckily for me, the shard has no control currently. It is just a voice in my head.
Which is the most unique thing. Typically, a shard of creation would seize control of the host and control it, but you have control. You have at least authority over it, which makes you unique. And that's why I believe that you can find a different purpose, one that doesn't involve bloodshed and destruction, which is pretty much the history of all shards of creations.
Yeah, I think after all of this, I don't want any more war. I would like to just be able to go
Oh, buddy,
live
there's so much
somewhere.
more ahead. We have yet to achieve our goals.
I've seen what the shard did when it had power, when it had
There's
control over
only a
me.
fraction of the power I am. Okay.
I think I've had enough of that in my life. Um, but I think thank you for offering. Um, the only thing I want to ask you about is it's a bit off topic, but before you said you had a plan to counter a Nice Rally's ritual.
Yes. My vision included Bestuar, which is he's the chief deity of the Triton pantheon. He is also Diwan Manvis's patron. That's why he's such a powerful paladin. I'm sure I spoke with him, and that is his plan here on the Tornadoes. His destiny is to enact a powerful resealing ritual. Bestuar demands that Nystrela be resealed so that she can be cast, so that the rest of the Pantheon can cast judgment on her. I understand that through all the chaos and bloodshed she has caused, that she does not deserve such things, but who am I to oppose a god's decision, a god's judgment, especially one that is the head of my pantheon? It's best that you speak with D1 Manvis when you can, since he knows the specifics on how it needs to be done. But I do think that it has something to do with the Emerald Ewer, which is very vital. I believe the Emerald Ewer is vital for whatever ritual she is conducting with Yelkates, but I know that it will be pivotal for you and D1 Manvis for it to be counteracted. I will say this as well. Yavia has also sent me visions of what is to come. It's bits and pieces. Many of it don't make sense. But the ones that do make sense sort of now are becoming true as she looks around, or as she sort of signifies outside the tumultuous waters. The waters are becoming choppy and dangerous. The natural creatures that typically swim around here have dispersed. The waters feel colder and much harsher. It wouldn't be I wouldn't put it past Nice Aurelia to be using whatever she has left to summon as many evil sea creatures as she possibly can to the island. I've already warned the Grand Admiral about this kind of scenario, and that he should prepare his fleets for any sea creature invasion or sea creature attacks. I'm on my way to speak with Nurbanu, unless you can send. Oh, actually, if you can send word to Nurbanu as fast as you can, or as soon as you can, inform her of such things, that would lessen my time for my own mission as well.
I can do so right now if you'd wish.
Be sure to include evil sea dragons, hydras, other ancient sea monsters. They may make an appearance in the days to come, which may make our invasion a little bit more challenging. If you can also send one to Vice Admiral Nikitas too, he will need to be informed as well before he sets out.
Yes, I'll do so. I'll send messages with them. I'll also send one to Molshiad as well,
Okay.
just so they all know.
Um, she tells you that my vision takes me back to the carcass of the Charybdis. I have some things that I must do there, and I have been ordered by Yavia to summon as many whale pods to the tornadoes as possible. Hopefully, they can provide some assistance, but it will take some time for them to get here.
Hmm. I think Molshiad's already at the Cryptus as well.
No
Not
doubt
quite
collecting as
sure.
much meat and bone as he possibly can.
Yes.
For what? I do not know why he needs it, but it can only be nefarious.
Yeah. Man is strange.
Um, Before I leave, Biz, I must reiterate that Nycerlia's influence is still grand, even with her power weakened severely after the death of the Charybdis and the loss of her staff. I have heard from the sea creatures that have been accumulating around Zehe and especially Thard Island, which is under our control, um, that the oldest of her cult, and her cult is large. It's not just the Freeborns. She has a following all over on Zoria and also in the elemental plane of water. I hear that she has probably called on her old cult to come and help her in this matter. Um, and I believe they bring with them evil artifacts. Yes, more evil artifacts, not just the Ewer and the staff. I do not know what those entail, and if I can inquire more from my allies, I'll be sure to send you and the Sandstormers more information on that. But when the time comes, make sure you find and protect D1 Manvis. He's instrumental in resealing Nice Relic. Only he can enact the sealing ritual, which uses the Emerald Ewer. And she reiterates, you cannot let Manvis die. He's important. Not that I don't want you to defeat Naris Aurelia. I cannot simply go against my god saying that Nice Aurelia must be punished instead of killed. Though I have some inkling that you and the Sandstormers could defeat Nice Aurelia in her current state. But please remember that there are much bigger events at work, and that pure revenge isn't going to solve everything.
I would suggest if you really believe that's true and you don't want it to happen, I would not tell that to Ox or Tab.
And she puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "That's why I'm speaking to you."
Oh, you. Oh.
I wish you good luck, Biz, and the rest of the Sandstormers. And when Nice Aurelia is dealt with, all the sea creatures, um, I will maybe join you on your other mission, one against an even greater evil that is looming on the horizon.
You'd be very welcome.
I'm with my She's straight up gaslighting.
Oh yeah, man. Silver approaches and talks with Nobel. Nobel will talk to all of you, obviously, for pleasantries and see how you're all doing and stuff like that. Talking to Godolina is probably more challenging than talking to Ox about some matters because Godolina's just like, all right, Nobel, what's going on? I serve a deity, you serve a deity. There are other things at work here. She's like, I am not at liberty to say, Godolina. Then what was that conversation with Bismuth? That is a different matter. Mm-hmm. Word of truth, or
Mhm.
zone of truth. She's like, you wouldn't dare.
Do
He's
it.
like, I'm an Avenger, bitch.
Ox in the background, just like fist of truth.
just, just knocks her out.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. All right. So with that, she dives back into the ocean and makes her way towards the center of the tornado atolls where the carcass is at. And you guys continue on, changing shifts between you and the crew. The waters are turbulent. It is rough to fall asleep as the ship literally goes like 180 most of the time. It's like very turbulent waters. But regardless, the next day comes. It is relatively sunny. There's mostly clouds up in the skies, but the waters have somewhat calmed, which is um, a great breath of fresh air.
Ooh.
Zehe Island is just on the horizon, and George is now at the helm. He starts making his way towards the island. However, there is this thin mist that sort of divides you and the islands, which wasn't there previously. George obviously is like, well, I don't know what else to do besides go through it, unless you have any other ideas.
Hey, Biz,
God.
dispel that mist.
All right. Oh, I'm not busy.
Feels like a.
I don't know if he can. I'm just assuming he can.
Well, I'll check
Um,
something.
yeah, as you're checking, the ship will continue forward, but I need everyone to make perception checks.
Perception.
Uh,
17.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
What's
Sorry.
up, Rowan?
If we want to get rid of the mist, I can. But it's if we really think it's worth. It'd be my wish to do it. So
Yeah, we're just going to meet somebody. We have time.
okay.
14.
14. What'd you roll, Tev?
17.
Yeah,
10 for
Biz?
me.
10. 14 for you, Ox?
Yep.
So Godolina and Tav, you both, because Oxen and Biz are a little bit preoccupied with looking around in the mist, and Biz obviously figuring out if he wants to commit wish or not to nullify. It's not a thick mist. It's a relatively random mist that has appeared out of nowhere in a short span of time. For Tav and Godolina, you both hear something beyond or within the mist. And as the two Ocean Two Walkers enters the mist, as it has to if it wants to get to Zehe Island fast enough, in the distance, just ahead of you, you hear what sounds like another ship creaking through the water, cutting through the water, I should say, as well as a low decibel humming noise, like a very low pitched humming, very bass, very low in decibels, but you can definitely feel it in your bodies. You don't know what your Tav, you could think that it's a monster. You're not sure though. Your Trogodons, Biz, however, are all on edge. As they finally catch up to the ship, you can all sense them having anxiety, and you can sense that all of them feel like trouble is coming your way. So you're still carving through the mist. Are you going to commit wish, or are you going to just continue on?
Go
I
commit
think
wish.
I think there's something out there. I feel like we gotta be able to see before we get ambushed and start losing people. So I'll cast wish to cast control weather.
Okay. How I keep forgetting. How does wish look like again when you cast it?
The gem from like that's beneath his outer like shell
Sure.
starts glowing, and you can see it go glow past his body, and you can see his like bright purple glow, and he sort of starts doing motions, and the mist and area around him just starts parting and clearing up.
Yeah, with profound magic, many of the spellcasters on the ship have to sort of like hold on to something, as Wish is a very mighty spell, considered probably the mightiest spell that most mortals can cast in the material plane. Um, Beta Biz is like, man, I wish casting spell. Damn it. As the mist parts, immediately, probably about from the prow of the ship, 120 feet directly in front of you, is a large galleon waving the flag of the Jolly Roger Freeborns. Except there are not just a bunch of Freeborns on top of the ship. There are also two unique people that stick out to you, and the galleons are leveled, so like the deck is at the lowest, and then it goes upwards on either side, the prow and the stern. And at the helm is a very dashing looking sea elf man wearing tight leathers, very well kept as a man, long black hair with an eye patch, and a Yuan Ti in dark black and purple robes. And I'll go ahead and show you a picture of what those are. But immediately, as you all see that, your Trogodons just start going crazy. They start snapping, and you can hear them in your sort of fill your mind, Ox, saying, "Danger, danger. I sense monsters, monsters on route, monsters in front of us, big monsters, danger, danger." And I'll show you everybody what they look like.
I assume you meant Biz, because I was like, where did this noise come
No,
from?
yeah, it's just Biz. But you guys can see that you can hear the Trogonons just like splashing their tails, spinning in circles, yelling and screeching, raising their weapons out. They're all very riled up. I'll go ahead and show you, reveal to you what you guys can see. Both of these individuals are at the wheel of the ship, and the sea elf man just simply snaps his fingers, and emerging from beneath their galleon is the head of an adult sea dragon, and that's what we'll pick up next Saturday.
What
God.
the hell? Put it back! Put it back! All right, everybody. We'll see you Friday for the first episode or first session of Red to Black, a Black Ballad saga. And then we'll be back next Saturday with City of Illumination. Thank you all for joining us.
Oh no, he saw